and floor covering, Crouch's Garage, First Place Auto Glass, Krager Racing Engines, and Mike's Machine, Leisure Time Power Sports of Corry, U-Tag's Body Shop, Corry Pre-Owned Auto Sales, Arlene's Dutch Kitchen Restaurant, Finn's Auto Sales, Appleby Motorsports, J. Edwards Insurance, Necker's Company General Store, Crotty Chevrolet and Buick, Fat Mon's Grub, Allegheny Power Equipment, Woods Auto Parts Napa and Woods Power Sports, and the Corry Federal Credit Union. Thanks for listening to this broadcast of CSP Wolfpack.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Franklinville, New York, where tonight, on a beautiful Western New York evening in New York State Public High School Section 6 Class D football competition, two once-beaten squads battling for undisputed second place in the league, a first-round playoff bye, and home field advantage into the semifinals. The CSP Wolfpack and the Franklinville-Ellicottville titles are prepping for action. This is Dr. Brent Deuink with your play-by-play, along with Brian Willink, Ace Analyst Supreme, bringing you all the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream ball game. Brian, any thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, Doc, yeah, thanks for the great intro, and you're right, another beautiful evening for Western New York football here in Franklinville, and boy, on paper, these teams match up pretty well, Doc. Both teams coming in with one loss, and both teams lose to Randolph, and so this is kind of the grudge match. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is a big week. Both teams, kind of have a balanced attack. They're going to throw a little, going to pass a little. Ellicottville is going to be led by a quarterback, Lucas Marsh, and they're going to have Logan Grinnells, and we're also going to have a Chudy. So there's going to be some names that we're familiar with over the years here, and CSP Wolfpack's going to come into the game here. Coming off a big win last week, probably the best that we've played the entire year, and so we'll see what Coach Ty Harper had for practice this week and what he's got developed for tonight.
Well, there certainly is a lot on the line tonight. As I mentioned in the intro, I mean, it is a bye in the first round of the final, or the playoffs, and it is a home field game in the semifinals. And it sounds like the road to the title is going to go through Randolph one way or the other. But they're playing for an awful lot. They seem to be very evenly matched. And I had a chance to talk with a couple of the Franklinville-Ellicottville coaches down on the field before the game, and they're all excited. They say their kids are excited, and we're just looking for a terrific high school football game.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot on the line here in some respects. You want that home field advantage if you can get it. And from what I'm seeing from some of the notes I saw from Ty Harper, the CSP team has never won here. So that's a little tidbit of information. So we did beat this team up in the stadium in Buffalo a couple of years ago in a pretty hard-fought battle. But we've never won in the Franklinville field here. So the JV squad, I know a couple of years ago, came here. Both teams were undefeated as they're into their last game of the season, and the CSP squad won like 14-12. So that's basically that same group of kids working their way up through the system. So looks pretty even on paper. They played evenly a couple of years ago, and so we're expecting more of the same of that tonight.
Well, it's always it's so interesting with all these merged teams these days. Clymer and Ellicottville always had tremendous competition, and I know that we did win in Ellicottville, but a lot of times Franklinville was actually a C back then, so we wouldn't have been on their schedule when they were a C, but as everybody's enrollment is precipitously declining, Franklinville and Ellicottville together, and they used to take kids from West Valley too, although I think the West Valley kids now go to Springville, but I'm not surprised. I've only been here twice to do a football game, and Franklinville, Ellicottville had really good teams. Brock Bleacha, the athletic director's son, was a tremendous high school football quarterback and tremendous defender, and I'm not surprised that we haven't won over here, but I certainly wouldn't have known that. And I would like to say I did see the St. Mary's game last week, and I thought that was as good as we could play. St. Mary's had beaten a couple of traditional powers in Buffalo. I think they beat St. Joe's and a couple other schools that have traditionally been very strong. And I thought St. Mary's might have been a little more for us to take on in a non-league contest. But, we played as well as we could play, and I was very impressed by our effort.
Well, especially coming off the week before that where we didn't play our best, and we kind of got out-muscled and manhandled a little bit against Randolph. And then so to turn it around and the St. Mary's team on paper, much bigger and appeared to be somewhat quick. But, man, our team just stepped up and played exceptionally well. And even though their running back ended up having 150 yards of rushing, and that was 100 yards underneath his average for the year, and he got 60 of that on one run. So, he's a load. So as we get ready to have the national anthem here,
we will take a break. Well, I tell you, Brian, if the American flag is any telltale sign, there's like no wind here at all. That was as limp as a flag can possibly be. So maybe the wind will not be a factor in either team's potential passing attack tonight. And the field looks to be in pristine condition, and there doesn't seem to be any soft spots or any puddles of any sort. And
so you're telling me it's going to be a fast track?
Well, in a fast track, I think kind of plays into the style of play that Coach Harper is trying to institute this year. That always seems to be something that he hangs his hat on, is talking about playing fast, because we are not the biggest team, and actually, I don't think we're actually the fastest team either. We don't really have that classic speed burner, but by the same token, we seem to have been pretty darn effective so far, and other than that one blemish against Randolph, certainly been a very successful year for CSP.
Yeah, and it's been kind of a three-headed approach a little bit. Offense plays well one week. Defense has played well pretty much throughout the whole year. Last week happened to be the special teams that actually kind of lit the fire. And Trent Burchanowski with a punt return for a touchdown, a kick return for a touchdown, 99 yards rushing. And he was our player of the game, and he also got himself a Connolly Cup nomination from his effort last week. So we'll see what happens. Coach David Bodemer's special teams had a big week last week. We'll see how they play out this week.
Well, and what an interesting story Trent Burchanowski has been. I do not know the young fella. I know him from his baseball accolades. He's a tremendous baseball player, but just decided to go out for football this year, and this is his first year of football competition, and you can just see him getting better and better and more confident game by game by game, and with the untimely injury to Austin White, that opened up one of the running back slots, and you had to kind of wonder how that was going to affect CSP as far as our rushing attack was concerned, but Burchanowski has stepped into those shoes and has certainly been just a plus running back.
Yeah, and we've talked about that a little bit throughout the course of the year here. When Trent came out, everybody was like, okay, good for Trent. Well, man, when Austin goes down and Trent kind of just steps in, everybody forgets. This is the first year he's ever played any type of organized football.
Well, with that, we're going to start to do some of these announcements. Support for the CSP Wolfpack Football play-by-play on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided in part by Corry Federal Credit Union. The Corry Federal Credit Union would like to wish the Wolfpack the best of luck this season. The Corry Federal Credit Union has been serving the community since 1958. They offer a wide range of financial and banking services for you and your business. The Corry Federal Credit Union is located at 728 Worth Street in Corry, Pennsylvania, 56 North Main Street, Union City, 315 Main Street in Spartansburg, and online at www.corryfcu.org. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Corry Federal Credit Union, a not-for-profit organization, for their support of CSP Wolfpack Football play-by-play. Now, with I'm assuming that CSP won the toss and deferred, and no, just the opposite. They probably, Franklinville won the toss and deferred, and Franklinville's going to be kicking off, and that is, thankfully, those look like pretty good numbers for us to read tonight. Number 60 is going to be Joe Konyan, kicking off from the 40-yard line, fielded by Burchanowski on a bouncing ball right up the middle. Breaks one tackle, breaks two, tackled by a host of Titans. Going to be 1st and 10 Wolfpack from about the 26-yard line.
All right, so they've obviously watched their game film from last week, and they got Trent pretty well bottled up on that one, Doc, but still starting on about the 26-yard line. We'll take that for our first offensive possession.
You know, and that was a tough ball to field as well. I mean, there isn't anything more difficult than a football oblong shape bouncing from side to side and front to back, and kind of upset the rhythm and the timing of setting up any sort of return. So, you know, we're pretty fortunate that we have the ball on the 26. Power I formation. Olson hands off to, looks like Burchanowski, for little to no gain. Well defended on the part of Franklinville, Ellicottville.
That was Trent trying to gain a little yardage up the left-hand side, bottled up pretty well by the Franklinville-Ellicottville defense.
Yeah, that is a mouthful. We got to get them to go with FE or something. You know, way easier to say that. But we'll talk to their school boards.
There you go.
the press box is in agreement. Olson rolls out, back to pass, completed, almost completed, over the middle, and it is or is not intercepted.
I think he's going to call it incomplete. That was close off of Micah's hands, and
yes,
the defender was right there.
Well, you know, and being an official, I'd like to see the official come in with some definition making that call. You know, that incomplete, and wave those arms so everybody knows what's going on. And, you know, they both were looking at each other, and neither one of them gave a mechanic. But it's going to be 3rd and 9. Olson's going to be back to pass, under pressure, evades one defender. He's going to decide to tuck it and run. Is going to be short of a first down. A really nice tackle on the far side of the sidelines. Going to be 4th and 5, and I'm sure CSP is going to punt. And
the cornerback on that side really did a nice job staying with his receiver, and then when he decided it was time to make a play on Curtis, he came up and made a great solo tackle short of the sticks.
Yep. It's going to be 4th and 3, 4th and 4, and got to believe that we're going to drop back to punt, and whether that's Bryce Hinsdale, kind of looks like Bryce's white gloves there. What a wonderful job he's done as kicking as a freshman. You know, what a big foot this kid has.
Yeah, last week 4 for 4 on his extra points and a couple really nice punts.
You know, we got a flag on the play.
We're going to have a delay of game,
yeah, I
maybe?
think it is, too. I mean, that's just, that's exactly what it is. You know, I could never really understand all the motion on a punt. You rarely see the receiving team, you know, react to that man in motion, and in that case, it certainly didn't help us as we end up with a delay of game penalty, you know, waiting for that man in motion to clear the second tier of blockers. But so now we're 4th and 8, 4th and 9, and Bryce is back to punt again, and hopefully, you know, we can get ourselves a decent punt off here and see what kind of field position the Titans end up with. Good snap, the kick, solid kick. Takes a huge CSP bounce. What a terrific bounce that was, and they're going to let it roll out of bounds. It's going to be 1st and 10, Franklinville from their own 30-yard line.
Similar to last week, Bryce had a couple of those end-over-enders, and when they hit, they just kind of take off, especially on, that's more of an artificial turf bounce, but on the grass, it did the same thing.
Funding for this Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream broadcast comes in part from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agricultural, industrial, and home owners. Heating oil and propane services and off and on diesel fuel services are also offered. Thanks to Lictus Oil and Propane. 1st and 10 Titans. From the 30-yard line, second man through for a nice gain on the play, a solid 4 or 5 yard gain. Really looking forward to seeing this Franklinville-Ellicottville team play. Again, I think they're very similar to us. They're going with no huddle, and I'm going to need an oxygen tank if they keep playing at this pace for 4 solid quarters. But I'll do the best I can.
Yeah, you're doing well so far, Doctor.
2nd and 5 from the 35-yard line. Working out of the power I. Franklinville-Ellicottville, first man through, second man through. What a nice fake. Terrific fake. The quarterback is scampering down the near sideline for a big gain on the play. Knocked out of bounds by number 4, Bryce Hinsdale. Big gain on the play by number 3, Lucas Marsh. And you're going to hear that name a lot throughout the course of the night. It was a terrific fake to the first man through. It had me faked out. And Marsh put it on his hip and scampered around the end on the near sideline for a huge gain on the play. 1st and 10 Titans.
Yeah, and he had his other running back that was running step in step with him, so the defender had to make a decision, either go with the quarterback or go with the running back. And he did a nice job of reading what the end was going to do and just took it off right up the right-hand side.
Well, what a nice athlete this kid is. The Chudies and the Grinnells and the Marshes play football and they play basketball, and they've had a good run over the last decade. A little confusion on the part of the Titans, and they will call timeout. 1st and 10 Titans from the CSP 37-yard line. Underwriting for this Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream coverage of CSP football is provided by Triple E Manufacturing. Triple E Manufacturing offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. Triple E Manufacturing of Sherman online at tripleemfg.com. We also want to thank Mosier's Carpeting. Support for this broadcast stream coverage of CSP football is provided in part by Mosier's Carpeting and Floor Covering. Mosier's installs carpeting, vinyl, laminate flooring, as well as tile. Mosier's Carpeting, Main Street in Clymer. And also a shout out to Crouch's Garage in the center of Main Street, Panama. Crouch's offers automotive service, state inspection, and used cars too. We thank Crouch's Garage for their support of these broadcasts. 1st and 10, Franklinville-Ellicottville operating out of the shotgun from the 37-yard line. Marsh takes the snap. Is going to be quarterback keeper around the far sideline on the left side. Going to have another nice gain on the play. He's going to be very close to the first down before he's knocked out of bounds. That is right on that marker. I'm sure that it definitely is close and may require a measurement.
Yeah, that looked like a similar play to the left side as what they just ran to the right. Kind of a little run-pass option type of thing almost. They had a receiver out in the flat, but they also had 2 running backs. So a lot of people to cover for the CSP Wolfpack. Well,
I tell you, I can't believe they're not going to measure that as close as that appears to be, but it doesn't look like they're going to. It's going to be 2nd and a foot. Marsh, and when the quarterback runs, you've got that extra blocker. It makes a big difference. Both running backs are available to throw a block, and certainly 2nd and short. Marsh is going to throw for it. The pass is complete on the near sideline. Got to be enough for a first down to number 36.
That's enough for a Titan first down.
Hunter Smith on that reception.
Taken down by Bryce Hinsdale, coming up from his safety position.
1st and 10, Franklinville-Ellicottville from the 20-yard line.
8:37 left here in the first quarter.
A very workmanlike drive. Positive yardage on every play that the Titans have run. So working out of this no huddle doesn't give CSP much time to analyze and prepare. So they're getting a little bit of their own medicine. Marsh is under center this time. Second man through, tackled for little to no gain. Maybe I need to talk about that a little bit more. One of the best plays that the Wolfpack has had.
Yeah, and then unlike the Wolfpack, the Titans do get to the line and they call the play, but then they're not right on it. They're kind of letting that clock tick down just a little bit. So they're obviously trying to shorten the game up here just a little bit. They are on the line, but they're not looking to really go in that jet speed like the CSP team does.
Well, this is a very fast-paced first quarter. I don't believe we've only had one flag with that delay of game against CSP and one passing completion. So the clock has pretty much been running continuously. You know, Marsh looks like operating out of the shotgun. Looks like CSP wants to blitz, but they pull out. And there's a pass over the middle. The pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, that was a nice pass. The receiver actually had two hands on that, Doc, but kind of slipped through his hands. Bryce Hinsdale on the defense. He was right in front in a good position, but that ball was really in a good spot.
Well, number 10 was intended for Glenn Nuzzo. It was really a pretty well-thrown ball. Might have been just a hair high, but it looked like CSP was going to blitz, but they dropped back into coverage and was fairly well defended. It's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 20-yard line, certainly 4-down territory. Marsh operating out of the shotgun, drops back to pass, got plenty of time, and now he's under pressure, and he's tackled for a sack. No, that was a coverage sack. I think that was Trayvon Copta on the sack, and Hayden Battaglia on the assist. But he had plenty of time to throw, but all his receivers were covered, and by the time he checked probably his 3rd or 4th progression was time that the CSP defenders had time to react.
And that's probably a good time to shout out to the CSP defenders, especially the linebackers and safeties. Last week was the same thing. We had a lot of sacks and a lot of pressure on our quarterback, and it was a direct result of the coverage down the field. So big things coming from the CSP defensive backfield.
4th and 14. Marsh out, under pressure again, out of the shot. Oh, that's intentional grounding. It's going to be a turnover on downs anyway. But, yeah, I don't know. Oh, he is going to call the flag. 38 seconds later on the delayed call, that's going to be intentional grounding. I actually think his knee was down before he threw the ball anyway, is what I think the proper call was. But regardless, it's just going to be a field placement, field position issue because CSP is going to take the ball over on downs. And that's what they are going to call intentional grounding. I guess that's got to be a 10 or a 15-yard penalty with loss of down, which, again, makes no difference because that was a 4th down play. But we will take the penalty yardage.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how this actually shakes out because if it's going to be a turnover on downs, do they take the ball there or is the penalty going to be inflicted upon the spot? They are going to move the ball ahead, it looks like.
Yeah, because it is a loss of down. It is a loss of down, so regardless of all that other stuff, CSP was going to get the ball. It was just a question of where. I have a question from last week. Pass interference penalty in the end zone. I don't know if you remember that play or not, where the CSP receiver was interfered with in the end zone. And they brought the ball out to like the 15 or the 18-yard line. Do you remember that at all?
I remember a pass interference. I'm not sure that it actually occurred in the end zone.
Well, maybe that was it. 1st and 10 CSP. Olsen back to pass. Has plenty of time. The pass is complete. Over the middle to Micah Willink, I believe.
Yep, Micah coming out of his tight end position. A little 5-yard pass out to the right-hand side. And Micah was able to advance it about 5 yards. Going to be 2nd and 5.
Yep, a father would give his son 5 yards on that 4-yard completion. So. I was always taught to kind of look at the yard markers and kind of divide, in half. And
it's my angle.
I don't know. It's the angle. That's funny. A quick little bubble pass out here on the sideline, complete to number 10.
Cooper Brown up the left-hand side on a nice little bubble screen.
And that's going to be enough for a CSP 1st down. Kind of looks like Ty Harper is interested in throwing the ball tonight.
Yeah, and, I think we learned a few things against the Randolph team. Our long downhill, long pass plays are probably not the thing that's going to work against most teams. The short 4 or 5, 6 yarders are what's going to be the the thing that's going to work best for this team.
Olson again out of the shotgun, drops back to pass. The pass is complete for a 5-yard gain.
There's your 5.
Yeah, that was closer to 5. But
Trent Burchanowski coming out of his running back position out of the backfield, and 3 receivers left, 1 right, and they go to the short side of the field over there.
5:25 to go on a running clock here in a scoreless first quarter. CSP's second possession. Franklinville has had one possession. Under center this time. Olson hands the ball off for a nice gain. It's going to be enough for a Wolfpack first down. 1st and 10 Wolfpack from the Franklinville-Ellicottville 40-yard line. Burchanowski on the carry.
Big push up there from the offensive line, making a big hole for Trent to go right up the left-hand side of that offense.
Going to be 1st and 10. Well, we're going to call that's the 40, the 39 or the 40. Under center this time, Olson operating out of the power eye. Fakes one way, rolls left, and he's under pressure, and he's going to keep it and get pushed out of bounds. Jiminy Crickets. That's close to being a late hit. The players ended up dang near to the track here as opposed to the sideline. That would be a warning in my book saying, hey, guys, let's pay attention and have respect for the boundary lines. But okay, it was not flagrant by any means at all. Going to be 2nd and 9, a short 1-yard gain on the play. Olson out of the shotgun. Drops back, bubble screen on the far sideline is complete. And we have 1 move, 2 moves. He's going to be just short of the first down.
Bryce Hinsdale with a nice catch out of his wide receiver position on the bubble screen, and some good blocking downfield by his other receivers out in the pass pattern there.
You know, as old school as I am, if I'm a defensive back and see all those bubble screens, I'm thinking about sneaking up and getting me a pick 6 on one of those. But what do I know? Looks like we have a flag on the play. Oh, measurement. Just a measurement.
Yep.
Funding for this Corry Federal Credit Union coverage of CSP football is provided in part by First Place Auto Glass of Jamestown. Owner Glass Tech Robert Leonard from Panama installs automotive glass and works with all major insurance companies. We thank First Place Auto Glass, 716-450-0847, or on Facebook. We also want to thank Krager Racing Engines. This game is supported in part by Krager Racing Engines and Mike's Machine in Clymer. Krager Racing Engines provides performance machining and assembly for race teams nationwide. Best wishes to the Wolfpack from Krager Racing Engines. Going to be short on that measurement, 3rd and a foot. Olson is under center. I wonder if we got the quarterback sneak here. Kind of looks that way. And they're going to have plenty, going to have 4 or 5 yards, a mass of humanity, moving from right to left on your television screen. Pretty productive quarterback sneak.
And Curtis is real good at that. He's a big kid, 6'1", 185 pounds or so, and he just tucks himself right up underneath Hayden Battaglia, and off they go.
Yeah, it kind of looked like he telegraphed that a little bit. I'm not the brightest bulb in the box, but you could kind of see him hunching under his center before he got the snap, and you kind of thought that's what might happen. But handoff to Burchanowski, tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Excellent play by the Titan linebacker. Burchanowski tackled for a 2-yard loss.
Burchanowski on the carry.
And you were correct, Doc. I'm just looking at the Facebook feed here. There was pass interference in the Snack Shack end zone last weekend. I guess I don't particularly remember that play, but obviously Matt Davis, thank you very much for the assist.
Don't you have anything better to do than to sort through all that in the middle of a game? We have trips left. Olson operating out of the shotgun. Another bubble screen to Bryce Hinsdale on the near sideline. Completed. A nice tackle on the play by number 69. A nice 7-yard on that little quick hitter. It's going to be 3rd and about 8.
Well, obviously, the bubble screen is going to be part of the program here tonight, Doc. We got bubbles left, bubble right. We haven't seen it to the middle yet, but that's usually not a bubble screen.
Yeah, it's just a plain old center screen, and they do have that in the playbook.
Yep.
Operating out of Yeah, I think that was a hold, too. I would have to agree with that. But Olsen's back to pass, and the pass is complete over the middle, and it's going to be enough for a CSP first down, and I do not see a flag on the play, but there certainly could have been.
Looks like one of our linemen might have hooked somebody, but
Yep.
It goes without getting called, so we'll take it. But, yeah, that was kind of obvious. Yeah.
Olsen under center. 1st and 10 CSP, handoff to Burchanowski, again tackled for a loss. Boy, it looks like the Titans are keying on him tonight.
Yeah, he's not going to get that 99 yards easily tonight like he had last week. They obviously read the headlines and watched their game film this week, and they're keen on Trent. But we got Gabe Roth back there too, and the passing game seems to be able to work tonight a little bit, so we'll just see how this everything develops.
Under center, 4 wideouts. Olsen looks like he's going to drop back to pass. Man in motion. Little inside handoff. Nice gain on the play. It's going to be short of the first down, but a good 7 or 8 yards on that carry.
John Nuzzo on the stop.
It's going to make it 3rd and 5-ish.
3rd and 5 from about the 6.
Yep, you can. I think. Yep, you can get a first down without scoring a touchdown, but it's just a yard off. So, definitely. I say 4-down territory, but I want to see Bryce Hinsdale kick a field goal. So, 3rd and 5. We'll see how this pans out. We have 4 wideouts. Olsen in the shotgun, drops back to pass. Good protection. Flush took out of the pocket to the left side and just leveled Jiminy Crickets. What a wonderful defensive play by number 26.
I think that's Logan Grenels, I believe.
Boy, he came up from his linebacker or defensive back spot and made up his mind to go after the quarterback, and there was no stopping him. He made a beeline for Olsen, and that probably took us out of field goal range.
Yeah,
now here comes Bryce with a tee, though.
Yep, they are going to try it.
Yep.
Kyle was saying last week he's fairly good from 30 and in. As soon as he gets outside of 30, it's a little iffy. So this is about 31. So
okay, now we're short a guy here too. If it's another 5 yards, we're better off to take a timeout.
Yep.
And that's exactly what Ty Harper did. We were short a guy, and we don't get to the line of scrimmage all that quickly. So it was a smart timeout to take. And what is that going to be from the 15-yard line? 7 yards, 22, 32-yarder is about what we're looking at. And Bryce Hinsdale is a marvelous kicker. A left-handed freshman kicker has just been terrific on extra points. And, I in particular have been excited to have him kick a field goal, and we're going to give it a whirl here. Leisure Time this part of this broadcast is being made possible with funding from Leisure Time Power Sports of Corry. For over 50 years, Leisure Time has offered motorcycles, dirt bikes, and we thank Leisure Time's Power Sports in Corry and Bradford for their support. So the hold is Curtis Olsen. I believe that Gabe Roth snaps. Yeah, I think that is
correct. Yep.
And Bryce Hinsdale, left-footed kicker. This is going to be... it's at a 36-yard field goal. 30.
He's on the 21 or 2, so 32, 31.
Yep, and the kick is up. Boy, it's got the length.
And it's good.
And the kick is good. Yeah, good for him. With the score, the CSP Wolfpack 3 and the Franklinville Ellicottville Titans 0 with 29 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Bryce Hinsdale gets the first field goal on the year, and man, that was good from another 5 or 8 or 10 yards. He got a big foot into that.
Yeah, some of his extra points this year really sailed long ways through the end zone, but that's his first field goal attempt that I remember for this year. So congratulations, good job, Bryce, and the line. Everything worked well. Good snap, good hold, good kick. A lot goes on those field goals.
Yeah, it takes a lot of practice. 15, 25, 30. I'm going to give him 32 yards. That's what we decided to begin with, so that's about what it's got to be. UTEG's Body Shop in Corry is helping to bring you this production of CSB football on the Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream. Along with collision repair and refinishing, UTEG's offers frame straightening services. 633 East Smith Street in Corry, UTEG's Body Shop. So, after you kick the field goal, I guess you got to kick the ball off. So, here comes Bryce from the 40-yard line, waiting for the okay from the official to give it a ride. And He's got to have a little extra adrenaline going after that boot. And he doesn't have one of his better kicks, of course. And loose ball. Good decision on the part of Franklinville, Ellicottville. Tremendous temptation to want to pick up that bouncing ball instead of jumping on it. But to his credit, he made a good choice to fall on it. And it's going to be 1st and 10, Franklinville, Ellicottville from their own 30-yard line with 27 seconds to go here in the first quarter, where the CSP Wolfpack are leading the Franklinville, Ellicottville Titans 3-0. Don't say that every week.
You wonder if maybe that was a called play. That looked like almost a little pooch kick. Bryce really got under that one, certainly more than normal. It could have been just a little bit of a mishit, but I wonder if maybe they're trying to keep it away from the speedsters on the Franklinville, Ellicottville Titan team in the back.
Yeah, very possible. Crafty strategy employed by Coach Ty Harper and his cohort of assistant coaches. Marsh out of the shotgun. First man through. Looks like we have a fumble. Fumble on the play.
Lucky on the carry.
We have
second down.
Bunch of
umpires signaling
there.
Second down, and we're going to get the clock moving. I think the quarterback hopped back on that, but that ball was on the ground for an extended period of time.
Yeah, there was a blitzing CSP linebacker that was almost intercepted the handoff, and that is what created the fumble, the exchange between the quarterback and the running back. And the Titans are going to let the first quarter expire with the score: the CSP Wolfpack 3 and the Franklinville Ellicottville Titans 0.
Rapid Titans 0.
Joel Cook and the team at Corry Pre-Owned Auto Sales supports this Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream broadcast, offering pre-owned cars and trucks in New York and Pennsylvania. Corry Pre-Owned Auto Sales is on Route 6 in Corry, Pennsylvania, or online at corrycars.com. Go Wolfpack from Corry Pre-Owned Auto. We also want to thank Arlene's Dutch Kitchen Restaurant. This Wolfpack broadcast on the Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is brought to you in part by Arlene's Dutch Kitchen Restaurant and Becky's Bakery, 104 East Main Street in Sherman, New York. Arlene's offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and Becky's Bakery features Amish-style baked goods. 716-234-4002 or Arlene's Dutch Kitchen on Facebook. Go Wolfpack from Arlene's Dutch Kitchen. And also a shout out to Finn's Auto. This Corry Federal Credit Union sports stream coverage of the Wolfpack is brought to you in part by Pat Finnerty at Finn's Auto Sales on Niobe Road in Panama, New York. Finn's specializes in Subaru service and offers used cars as well. Home of the 1J Racing, we thank Finn's Auto Sales for their support. Well, Brian, interesting first quarter. I don't have a whole lot of notes there. Pretty nondescript, but happy with the 3-0 lead.
Yeah, a lot of that played between the 20s on both sides for sure.
And it's going to be 1st and 10, Franklinville. 2nd and 12, I should say, 2nd and 11. A little sweep to the near sideline. Pretty well diagnosed by CSP. Looks like we have Trayvon Copta in on the tackle and number 32 as well.
Be Lucas Lissandro.
Yeah.
He's really had a nice year defensively for this Wolfpack team, and he plays a really good linebacker position.
For little to no gain on the play, it's now going to be 3rd and 10. Marsh is going to be operating out of the shotgun. Pretty tight formation with only one guy really split out. Kind of a strong trips right, but they are tight into the tackle. But he elects to pass. He drops back to pass. He's under pressure. There's a sack. Tackle for a loss. Looks like big Trayvon Copta. He has been a maniac on defense throughout the course of the year. Once, I think he missed the first game for some reason, number of practices or something, but he's been a terror ever since.
Yeah, and he just continues to have a nice week, or another nice game here apparently in the first quarter. Called his name a few times, and now in the second quarter he's on again. And that just continues from last week. He was also nominated for the Conley Cup last week from his defensive position. So big things out of Trayvon coming out of the defensive tackle position. Or excuse me, not Conley Cup. He was for a Trench Award.
Well, being the lineman that he is, the Trench Award would be very appropriate. as Franklinville Ellicottville drops back to punt. The snap is good. The kick is off, and it's a solid kick. Fielded and fumbled, and it's recovered by Franklinville. Man, that fielding that punt is tough. Oh, man.
That bounced off a couple guys. Yeah. We got lucky. It bounced off of Trent, bounced off a Franklinville Ellicottville player, and then I think Cooper Brown is the one that ended up hopping on it.
Yeah, very fortunate there. Very, very fortunate.
Little pinball there with that football. Yeah. We were fortunate is right.
Well, that line drive kick has a lot of force and momentum. The old days of physics, F equals MA, force equals mass
times acceleration. Getting ahead of us here.
Okay. Well, anyway, that applies to that last punt. And that low line drive is really tough to field. And the CSP receiver fumbled it, and the Titans had a shot. Here's a bubble screen. That's almost a backward pass to Bryce Hinsdale, and he took a step back, and I'm pretty sure that if that wouldn't have been completed, there was a case to be made that was a fumble on the play. Yeah, it would have been a fumble.
Would have been a fumble. You fumbled it, right,
but
rather than a forward pass, correct.
It was completed for a loss of 2 or 3 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 12 and a half. With 9:53 to go here in the second quarter, with the CSP Wolfpack ahead 3-0. As long as the baseball playoffs are on, we might as well have a baseball score. So 3-0 CSP. Olson out of the shotgun. Hinsdale in motion. 2 wideouts to the right. Olson drops back to pass. He's looking deep. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to throw the ball away. Pretty good choice there, because we have about 6 Titan defenders and 3 Wolfpack receivers, so would have been tough to find a crease in there to complete that pass.
And that's kudos to Curtis. Earlier this year, that ball might have tried to have been pushed into someplace where it shouldn't have been pushed into. And that time he got flushed out of the pocket, rolled to the right, and nothing was there, so he just smartly threw it out of bounds. So,
and lived to fight another day.
You got it.
And not turn the ball over, which a turnover in a game like this, a tightly contested ball game, could certainly make the difference. So 3rd and 13, Olson out of the shotgun, drops back to pass again, stays in the pocket, slings it sidearm. Excuse me, is complete.
Cooper
first
Brown.
Down.
Cooper Brown coming in behind the jumping. Bryce Hinsdale thought that ball was over his head. Well, it was, because he was throwing it to Cooper Brown.
Well, and I thought the pass was incomplete because the ball went over Bryce's head, and I did not see the receiver in the shadows.
Yeah.
But he completed it for a first down. So 1st and 10 CSP from the 35-yard line of the Titans. Boy, that was a big play.
That was a nice throw by Curtis.
We certainly were going to be punting in that situation. Olson. That wasn't the grandest play in the world. A little safety valve pass on the left side. Looks like the Lissandro. Again, I think we've completed more passes for negative yardage in one game than we have the whole season.
Well, they're, the old adage, keep doing it until they stop you. Well, they've stopped us now a few times on these bubble screens, so maybe time to come up with a little different play on the offensive side of the ball.
Under center this time, a different look. Curtis Olson. The ball, the near sideline to Burchanowski on the old power sweep. Nice yardage, nice gain on the play. Big block out there by Lashando. He had himself a pancake there. And big number 64. You are better with the lineman Hayden Heiser there with a fine block as well. So basically a 10-yard gain on the play. And so we go from 2nd and 12 to 3rd and 2. Definitely 4-down territory, even with the big boot of Bryce Hinsdale. We got to be going in 4-down territory from here. Burchanowski, second man through. He's got a crease. He is getting caught from behind, but a big gain on the play. The Titans had their defense packed in, and once he got through the first line of defense, he had a good 8 or 10-yard burst, and it's probably, is that a flag? Nope, it's a football.
Nope.
Yep. 1st and 10, 1st and goal. First and goal
just inside the 10-yard line.
There we
go.
About
9.5, I'd say. So we cannot get a first down, but
got 4 downs to make a touchdown.
You got it.
7:30 to go on a running clock in the second quarter. Second man through. That's Gabe Roth. Tackled for little to no gain. Boy, they've been really stout on rush defense, tackle to tackle as a general rule.
Yeah, that one run a second ago that Trent, that Trent had actually was our longest run from scrimmage, and he went through that hole kind of sideways. So.
Right.
the CSP offense is doing a good job, but man, the Franklinville-Ellicottville defense, they're a tough match.
I tell you, this is a very, very well-played game. There's just maybe been 2 or 3 penalties in the whole first half. It's been a very hard-hitting but a very clean game, which I did not get that feeling in the Randolph game. But Olson drops back to pass, a little sprint out. He throws the ball up. I don't like that pass. And I think it is intercepted. Boy.
Yeah, that probably wasn't the smartest decision Curtis made. He tried to catch Micah Willink out in the flat there, and there was 3 defenders around Micah, and Curtis opted to throw it anyway.
Yep, especially on I think it was 2nd down, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, if it's 4th down, who really cares? Yep. I mean, that's probably a good play on 4th down, but with 2 more attempts, probably that would have been a good ball to throw away as well. But credit to the Titan defense was well defended, and the kid made a nice play on it. It looked like he was going to take the ball out of the end zone, and then all of a sudden he decided not to, and the official agreed with him, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Franklinville-Ellicottville from their own 20-yard line with 6:45 to go in the second quarter with the CSP Wolfpack ahead, 3-0. Under center, Marsh takes the snap. Hands the ball off over right tackle. There's little to no yardage there. Well defended by a pack of Wolves.
And like you said, hard-hitting affair on both sides of the ball here. Both teams' defenses are hanging pretty tough so far. Not a lot of yardage to be had from either team.
And 2nd and 10, field position has been a big deal here. Really limits Franklinville-Ellicottville's offensive options with the ball so deep in their own end line, their own ends part of the field. And it's just been a great game. Yeah. I've enjoyed it immensely. It's just been terrific. Lucas Marsh under center, 2nd and 10. Keeps the ball, rolls to the near sideline, throwing the opposite way, and the pass is complete. And he has got to be out of bounds, and he is. The pass is complete to number 37.
And that is Logan Grinnells.
Yeah, and that was that helps out with the field position battle there. I tell you, with the right-handed quarterback rolling to the left, that was really a tough throw, and that ball was right on the money.
Yeah, that's the toughest throw the quarterback will make, rolling to his left, throwing to his right, and it was right on target. Everything worked to perfection for the Franklinville-Ellicottville team, and he got it over the first line of defenders and in front of the second set of defenders, so well played.
1st and 10 Titans from their own 39. 5:50 to go in the second quarter. CSP 3, the Franklinville-Ellicottville Titans 0. Out of the shotgun, Marsh drops back to pass. Been a ton of passing. The pass is complete on the far sideline. A little juke move, gets past the CSP defender, and it certainly is enough for another Titan first down.
I thought it looked at first like that ball was deflected at the line of scrimmage, but obviously not. It was right on target to his receiver. So another Marsh to, was that Grinnells on that far sideline again for
Can't
the first
tell.
down?
Yep, these old eyes don't work great through a double pane window with its frosted over. So,
Frame. Luke Frame. Blake Frank, sorry.
Okay, whoever it was, Grandma Moses or whoever, it's 1st and 10 Titans. Is this the first time they've been across the 50? First or second anyway.
No, they made it down the other way a little bit on their first drive of the game.
Yep. And Marsh is back to pass. He's under pressure. He's running out of space. He's got a couple moves, and he's finally tackled for a big loss on the play. I think that's Lucas Lashandro again. Boy, that kid has been, nope. Take that back. It's 26, Gabe Roth. Yep.
But Lucas was back there too, but Gabe ended up getting the tackle, I believe.
Yep. Big loss on the play. Got to be 7 or 8 yards. Yeah. Yep. 2nd and 18 maybe. Again, the geometry is not supported by the position of the sticks, but that's okay. It's 2nd and a lot. 5 minutes to go on a running clock here in the second quarter. CSP Wolfpack 3, the Franklinville-Ellicottville Titans 0 in a well-played contest. Marsh is under center. First man through. Well, that didn't fool anybody. And we got a fumble on the play, and CSP has it. All right, what a change in momentum that is. After 2 consecutive first downs on the part of the Titans, boy, I question that play call. 2nd and 18, you kind of give it to your fullback, first man through. But, what do I know? That's why I'm announcing and they're playing and coaching. But
the CSP defense was really stacked over the center right there, and they handed that ball off right into the heart of the defense. And it was just a like you said, it was a tough call.
Don't like that call. Yeah. Don't like that call in that down and distance. Back to pass, CSP. The pass is completed over the middle for a big gain on the play. Looks like Lysandro again, Curtis Olson.
He recovered that fumble, actually, and they gave him the offensive big pass play right for the next play.
If you do something good on D, we'll give you a shot on O. So really nice pass by Curtis Olson. It kind of looked like a one-receiver pattern there, but whatever they did certainly was productive. So Olson is now under center. We have wideouts, double wideouts to the left. We're running in that direction with Burchanowski, and we got a flag on the play. That's going to be a crackback or a hold of some sort. So, flag on the play. Dale and Cindy Appleby at Appleby Motorsports are supporters of the Wolfpack and the Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream. Appleby Motorsports, located in North Clymer, offers racing accessories and chassis set up for race teams in the region. We thank Appleby Motorsports for their support. A shout out to J. Edwards Insurance for helping to support this broadcast. J. Edwards Insurance, with offices in Panama and Jamestown. J. Edwards Insurance is an independent insurance service providing auto, business, farm, and homeowners insurance. Online at jedwardsinsurance.com.
And it was actually a holding call on the CSP team, so back them up 10. Going to be Trent Burchanowski up the middle. Pretty tough sledding there.
Little to no gain on that play. This was first, and I think that was a spot foul, so it was tough for me to get the yardage. But 1 yard gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 15. That's close enough.
Yep.
With 3:49 to go on a running clock in the second quarter, I think we've used 1 or 2 timeouts as well. So,
well, it would be nice to kind of get the Hail Mary here and maybe burn the clock down to about nothing and score a touchdown and go in with some momentum and lead and not give Franklinville any time.
Sounds like a plan. Well, Olson drops back to pass, and the pass is intended for Micah, and the pass falls incomplete. The benefit is that does stop the clock, so it's going to be 3rd and 15. I think he displayed his mother's hands on that play.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That didn't look so good.
That's okay.
We'll talk about that one.
He's number 1 in our heart. Olson out of the shotgun, drops back to pass, bubble screen to Hinsdale, makes a move. Pass is complete. Going to be a moderate gain on the play. This is going to be way short of a first down. It's more productive than I thought. It's going to be 4th and 6. 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. The CSP Wolfpack 3, the Franklinville, Ellicottville Titans 0. But the Wolfpack are knocking at the door. And let's not forget about that field goal option again.
Yeah, it's about the right spot for it again.
Exactly, especially with the clock running down and being short on timeouts. But Olson, out of the shotgun, drops back to pass. Good protection on the play. Pass is completed over the middle. 1 move, 2 moves, tackle's got to be inside the 5. Tough to tell from this angle, but really nice throw and a better catch on the play.
Bryce Hinsdale with a great catch on that one.
Wow.
That ball was a little wobbly, and Bryce had to adjust himself from where he thought he was going to be catching that, and made a great late move to catch that. Brought it in as he was getting hit, and man, what a nice play. Yeah,
just a skinny, slippery little dude, but the 9th grader has certainly come to play here in the first half. I think he's still living on the momentum of that field goal that he converted. But it's going to be 1st and goal. Olson under center, Hinsdale in motion. The snap. It's going to be Olson rolling out. probably makes a good choice. The receiver looked like he was covered. Again, I just don't like that right-handed quarterback rolling left and trying to throw across his body. I just think that is such a tough throw. And, when you got a chance to get a score of some sort, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown, to risk a loss on the play or maybe an interception, which is the bug that bit us the last time we were down here.
Yeah, at least he didn't try and force it. So I guess, that's a good thing. But you're right. I don't like that play call rolling left either. Now we got a lot more field to the right side, so we'll see what we got.
Okay, Olson operating out of the shotgun, drops straight back to pass. He's under pressure now, and thankfully he got rid of the ball. Yeah, tons of pressure on Olson that time, and he just basically throws the ball away. We're going to have 2 minutes to go, 3rd and goal. So, from the 10-yard line, so the 10, the 20, this would be a 27-yard field goal. Kind of fun to do the math on that in high school.
Don't get to do that often.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. And and it's not like you're forcing it either. That if we don't score right here, I'll bet you $20 that we attempt another field goal. But let's shoot for the touchdown. Olson under center. Sweep, right side. Oh, now we're out of field goal range. Big play. Number 36. Gabe Roth on the carry.
Hunter Smith with his big, from his linebacker position, making the big play against Gabe on that one. And you're right. That did two things. It didn't get us a touchdown, but it knocked us out of field goal range.
Yep, that's exactly right. Now, I had a little bit of indecision on personnel. What are we going to do, 4th and goal from the 16? Olson back to pass, throws the ball in the middle, he's open! Touchdown!
Lucas Lysandro coming from his wideout position, coming across the backside of this Franklinville-Ellicottville defense, finds himself wide open in the end zone, and Curtis found him. What a play.
Yeah, he had to be coming from, I couldn't tell if he was in the slot or if he was, from the running back position, but they had time. Time was a big deal there, and Olson was able to drop back and give Lashando time to get out on the route and across the middle. Touchdown. Now, Gabe Ross center. Olson holds. Hinsdale's kick is up. Look at that boot. What a foot on that kid. And the kick is good. So with the score, the CSP Wolfpack 10, the Franklinville-Ellicottville Titans 0, with 1:21 to go here in the second quarter.
And I think Coach Ty Harper has just got to be elated. Burned a lot of clock that quarter. He's going to have a 10-point lead with 1:21 left here in the second quarter. And the pass play seems to be working much better tonight than the rushing plays are. So we'll just kind of keep working at it. They had us kind of bottled up on the bubble screens, but that one was definitely 4 or 5 guys out in the pattern, and Lucas worked himself free in the end zone, and Curtis did a nice job of kind of working himself around in the pocket to give himself some extra time, and it pays off.
Well, what a weapon the field goal is, though, because it really now is a 2-touchdown game. So, terrific. Allegheny Power Equipment, Route 426 east of Corry, is an underwriter for this Corry Federal Credit Union sports stream. Allegheny Power Equipment has worked with all the small engine industry with parts and service for decades. 814-664-9291, channel 98.9. Thanks, Allegheny Power Equipment, for their support of this broadcast. So, with 1:21 to go here in the second quarter, Bryce Hinsdale kicking off for CSP, puts a big foot into it this time. Deep kick, fielded by the Titans. Return right up the middle. Balecki, well defended by CSP. Decent position for the Titans. 1st and 10, Franklinville-Ellicottville from the 35-yard line. This Corry Federal Credit Union sports stream is being supported in part by Woods Auto Parts Napa and Woods Power Sports in Sherman. Along with auto parts for most vehicles, Woods offers parts and service for off-road ATV and motorcycles. Channel 98.9. Thanks, Woods Napa and Power Sports, for their support. 1st and 10, Titans from their own 30-yard line. 1:14 to go here in the second quarter. The CSP Wolfpack 10, the Franklinville-Ellicottville Titans 0. Frank's back to pass is complete. A little swing pass, well defended on the play. Number 22.
Drake DiDomenico.
That's a fun name.
That is a fun name, and he's a fun guy to watch. He is a great little football player.
Yeah, DiDomenico.
Coming up from his outside linebacker position, and they tried to get a little pass out into the flat, and Drake had that read the whole way, and he just really squared himself up nice. He was out there kind of all by himself, so he really had to make the tackle.
One-on-one tackle, 5-yard loss on the play. So, yep, looks like he plays the outside linebacker on the weak side here for CSP.
Mm-hmm.
Marsh is under center. Pitch to the far sideline again, well defended. We're going to let the clock run out, I got to believe, and just be happy with the 10-0 halftime lead. 15 seconds to go. Ellicottville is showing no interest in running another play. So I got to believe, and that is indeed the case. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 at the end of the first half. The Franklinville Ellicottville Titans 0, the CSP Wolfpack 10. Funding for this Corry Federal Credit Union sports stream has been provided by Lictus Oil and Propane, Lictus Auto Service, and Climber Hardware and Home Center. The Channel 98.9 sports stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane, Lictus Auto Service, and Climber Hardware and Home Center for their support.
Yeah, really well played first half there, Doc. A little bit of back and forth. CSP had just a couple more plays than what the Franklinville-Ellicottville team did, but very fast-moving, very well played first half.
Yeah, I echo those sentiments. Usually I have a page full of stats and important plays, and I got like 4 lines on here. But 10-0 Wolfpack is certainly a reward for a well-played first half. And again, as you mentioned in the pregame, the CSP defense has been stifling.
Yeah, and that's kind of been a hallmark of the CSP teams through the years. Coach Chris Payne gets these guys ready to play, and they do a really good job scouting. And it's more than just that, though. You got to get kids to buy in and know how to work the system. And man, it's just it's tough sledding out there. Ask anybody that plays.
Support for CSP Wolfpack Football play-by-play on Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided in part by the Corry Federal Credit Union, our major sponsor. The Corry Federal Credit Union would like to wish the Wolfpack the best of luck this season. The Corry Federal Credit Union has been serving the community since 1958. They offer a wide range of financial and banking services for you and your business. The Corry Federal Credit Union is located at 728 Worth Street in Corry, Pennsylvania, 56 North Main Street in Union City, Pennsylvania, and 315 Main Street in Spartansburg, and online at www.corryfcu.org. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Corry Federal Credit Union, a not-for-profit organization, for their support of CSP Wolfpack Football play-by-play.
All right, as we break away for halftime here, we'll see everybody back here in about 15 minutes.
To this broadcast of CSP Wolfpack football coverage on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union sports stream at channel989.org. This broadcast is brought to you by Lictus Oil and Propane, Triple E Manufacturing, Mosier's Carpeting and Floor Covering, Crouch's Garage, First Place Auto Glass, Krager Racing Engines, and Mike's Machine, Leisure Time Power Sports of Corry, U-Tag's Body Shop, Corry Pre-Owned Auto Sales, Arlene's Dutch Kitchen Restaurant, Finn's Auto Sales, Appleby Motorsports, J. Edwards Insurance, Necker's Company General Store, Crotty Chevrolet and Buick, Fat Mon's Grub, Allegheny Power Equipment, Woods Auto Parts Napa and Woods Power Sports, and the Corry Federal Credit Union. Stay tuned, the Corry Federal Credit Union halftime show is coming up shortly.
Support for this Corry Federal Credit Union sports stream coverage of CSP football is provided in part by Mosier's Carpeting and Floor Covering in Clymer, Mosier's installs carpeting, vinyl, and laminate flooring, as well as tile. Channel 98.9 thanks Mosier's Main Street and Clymer for their support.
Funding for this Corry Federal Credit Union coverage of CSP football is provided in part by First Place Auto Glass of Jamestown. The owner of Glass Tech, Robert Leonard from Panama, installs automotive glass and works with all major insurance companies. We thank First Place Auto Glass for their support. Contact them at 716-450-0847 or on Facebook.
This Wolfpack broadcast is being underwritten in part by Necker's Company General Store. For 100 years, Necker's Company has served Clymer with groceries, meats, deli, footwear, and gift items. Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Necker's Company General Store for their support.
This Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream broadcast is supported in part by Krager Racing Engines and Mike's Machine in Clymer. Krager Racing Engines provides performance machining and assembly for race teams nationwide. Best wishes to the Wolfpack from Krager Racing Engines.
Crouch's Garage, 2 East Main Street in Panama, underwrites this Corry Federal Credit Union broadcast of CSP football on Channel 98.9. Crouch's offers automotive service, state inspection, and used cars, too. Channel 98.9 thanks Crouch's Garage in Panama for their support.
Fat Mon's Grub in Corry is an underwriter of this Wolfpack broadcast. Fat Mon's menu includes pizzas, subs, salads, and dinners. Take out or eat in. 814-964-3158. Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Fat Mon's Grub for their support.
Underwriting for this Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream coverage of CSP football is also provided by Triple E Manufacturing. Triple E Manufacturing offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. Triple E Manufacturing of Sherman online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
We're always here for you. At Corry Federal Credit Union, we are your member-owned local financial institution with your best interest always in mind. Banking might look a little different these days, but how we serve our members and care about our community remains unchanged. Stop by any of our convenient locations to experience the credit union difference at 728 Worth Street in Corry, 56 North Main Street in Union City, 315 Main Street in Spartansburg, or always online at www.corryfcu.org. Become a member with us in 2021 to enjoy all the benefits a credit union has to offer. All you need to do is live, work, worship, volunteer, or go to school within 25 miles of the city of Corry, and $5 to establish your account. That's it. Start feeling like you belong. Become a member at Corry Federal Credit Union, your credit union. CFCU, federally insured by NCUA.
Thanks for listening to this broadcast of CSP Wolfpack football coverage on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream at channel989.org. This broadcast is brought to you by Lictus Oil and Propane, Triple E Manufacturing, Mosier's Carpeting and Floor Covering, Crouch's Garage, First Place Auto Glass, Krager Racing Engines, and Mike's Machine, Leisure Time Power Sports of Corry, U-Tag's Body Shop, Corry Pre-Owned Auto Sales, Arlene's Dutch Kitchen Restaurant, Finn's Auto Sales, Appleby Motorsports, J. Edwards Insurance, Necker's Company General Store, Crotty Chevrolet and Buick, Fat Mon's Grub, Allegheny Power Equipment, Woods Auto Parts Napa and Woods Power Sports, and the Corry Federal Credit Union. Stay tuned, the Corry Federal Credit Union halftime show is coming up shortly.
This Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream broadcast is being made possible with funding from Leisure Time Power Sports of Corry. For over 50 years, Leisure Time has offered motorcycles, dirt bikes, side-by-sides, snowmobiles, and agricultural equipment. We thank Leisure Time Power Sports in Corry and Bradford for their support.
Dale and Cindy Appleby at Appleby Motorsports are supporters of the Wolfpack and the Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream. Appleby Motorsports, located in North Clymer, offers racing accessories and chassis setup for race teams in the region. We thank Appleby Motorsports for their support.
U-Tag's Body Shop in Corry is helping to bring you this production of CSP football on the Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream. Along with collision repair and refinishing, UTAGS offers frame straightening services. Located at 633 East Smith Street in Corry, UTAGS Body Shop.
This Wolfpack broadcast on the Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is brought to you in part by Arlene's Dutch Kitchen Restaurant and by Becky's Bakery, 104 East Main Street in Sherman, featuring Amish-style baked goods, 716-234-4002, or Arlene's Dutch Kitchen on Facebook. Channel 98.9 thanks Arlene's Dutch Kitchen for their support.
When someone thinks of Lictus Oil and Propane, they most likely think of gasoline. Lictus Oil and Propane offers bulk quantities of motor oils, hydraulic fluids, and lubricants. Lictus serves customers in 3 states with propane and heating oil. Online at lictusoilandpropane.com. Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is grateful for support from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer.
This Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream broadcast is being supported in part by Woods Auto Parts Napa and Woods Power Sports in Sherman. Along with auto parts for most vehicles, Woods offers parts and service for off-road, ATV, and motorcycles. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Woods Napa and Power Sports for their support.
Joel Cook and the team at Corry Pre-Owned Auto Sales supports this Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream broadcast. Offering pre-owned cars and trucks in New York and Pennsylvania, Corry Pre-Owned Auto Sales is on Route 6 in Corry or online at corrycars.com. Go Wolfpack from Corry Pre-Owned Auto.
Allegheny Power Equipment, Route 426 east of Corry, is an underwriter of this Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream. Allegheny Power Equipment has worked with the small engine industry with parts and service for decades. 814-664-9291. The Channel 98 Sports Stream thanks Allegheny Power Equipment for their support.
This Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream coverage of Wolfpack football is brought to you in part by Pat Finnerty at Finn's Auto Sales on the Niobe Road in Panama. Finn specializes in Subaru service and offers used cars as well. Home of 1J Racing. Channel 98.9 thanks Finn's Auto Sales for their support.
Funding for this Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream broadcast is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance. With offices in Panama and Jamestown, J. Edwards Insurance is an independent insurance service providing auto, business, farm, and homeowners insurance. Online at jedwardsinsurance.com.
Crotty Chevrolet in Buick is providing partial funding for the Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream. Crotty Chevrolet is located at the Y in Columbus and online at crottychevy.com. Sponsor of the player of the game, Crotty Chevrolet Buick.
I found hope in the midst of an overwhelming situation.
Alcoholism is a disease that can affect any family. Everyone suffers, but there is help and hope at Al-Anon Family Groups.
Al-Anon gave me my life back. I'm a better father and husband.
Are you in an overwhelming situation because of someone else's drinking? Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Local and virtual meetings are available. Maybe one could work for you. Call 1-866-200-0033 or visit alanon.org/hope.
Thanks for listening to this broadcast of CSP Wolfpack football coverage on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream at channel989.org. This broadcast is brought to you by Lictus Oil and Propane, Triple E Manufacturing, Mosier's Carpeting and Floor Covering, Crouch's Garage, First Place Auto Glass, Krager Racing Engines, and Mike's Machine, Leisure Time Power Sports of Corry, UTAG's Body Shop, Corry Pre-Owned Auto Sales, Arlene's Dutch Kitchen Restaurant, Finn's Auto Sales, Appleby Motorsports, J. Edwards Insurance, Necker's Company General Store, Crotty Chevrolet and Buick, Fat Mom's Grub, Allegheny Power Equipment, Woods Auto Parts Napa and Woods Power Sports, and the Corry Federal Credit Union. And now it's time for the Corry Federal Credit Union Halftime Show on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream at channel989.org.
Bye. Good to see you, big guy. Welcome back to Franklinville, New York, where the CSP Wolfpack are leading the Franklinville, Ellicottville Titans 10-0. This is Dr. Brent Deuink along with Brian Willink with the expert analysis. And what a well-played first half on both sides of the ball as far as I'm concerned, Brian.
Yeah, both teams really, it just came down to a couple plays. CSP converted that Franklinville did not. And other than that, it's been a really well-played, clean, hard-hitting affair here in this first half. And both teams have had their chances. And CSP, we're fortunate to be up 10-0. It's been a great first half of football.
Yeah, and again, to beat the drum of the field goal, I mean, I don't know how many field goals we've kicked in Clymer Sherman, Panama football history, but, not all that many, and that certainly is a critical score because that's basically a 2-touchdown game now because we did convert that field goal.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what the field goal capacity is for Franklinville, Ellicottville, but you're right. It has to be 2 touchdowns, basically. That's like 2 scores, so that's a big thing. They held us and bring the field goal kicker out for a 32-yarder. It wasn't a chip shot either.
Yeah, and I tell you, we talked about it over the halftime. It was probably good for another 8 or 10 yards as well. I mean, they get a little adrenaline pumping, and he happened to hit it just right, and, what a terrific kick it was.
So we had a little run, a little pass in that first half, a little right, a little left, and they seem to be on us on these bubble screens, so we actually cut one down the middle for our scoring touchdown, and we'll see what the chess match between the two coaching staffs has for the second half here as we get ready to convene at midfield here.
Well, we wonder.
Franklinville hasn't made their way out here yet. I think Coach Chris Payne just came over and motioned to the referees wondering where they are at. So I'm sure they're going to be out.
I bet they will, too. Funding for this Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream broadcast comes in part from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Hunting, heating oil, and propane services, and off and on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support. We also want to thank Triple E Manufacturing. Underwriting for this Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream coverage of CSP football is provided in part by Triple E Manufacturing. Triple E Manufacturing offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. Triple E Manufacturing of Sherman, online at tripleemfg.com. We also want to shout out to Mosier's Carpeting. Thanks to support the coverage of CSP football partially by Mosier's Carpeting and Floor Covering. Mosier's installs carpeting, vinyl, and laminate flooring, as well as tile. Mosier's, Main Street, Clymer, New York. And let's not forget Crouch's Garage, 2 East Main Street in Panama, New York. Underwrites the Corry Federal Credit Union coverage of CSP football on Channel 98.9. Crouch's offers automotive service, state inspection, and used cars too. We thank Crouch's Garage for their continued support. Do you remember who received? I think they kicked off.
They kicked off,
yeah.
Yep.
So
yep.
we're going to receive here in the second half, and the Titans are not. I think they.
No, we're going to kick off to them.
Okay. Yep. You're right. I think they put more time on the clock to tell you.
Yeah, they roll that 12 minutes through, and then they get down, and then they roll another 3 on here. So I don't understand what that is either, but it's the way it works.
Yeah. Well, and I think they added a couple extra too as well because. Well, anyway, we have a pretty good spot here, so, but that's okay. It's not going to make a whole lot of difference.
It's not like there's homecoming going on here or anything, that they announced the quarter or anything, I'm not sure, but anyway, we'll go with it.
Maybe they did it behind the press box.
Well, that
could have been. Maybe it was senior night behind the press box or something, but no cramps. On a night like tonight, lots of times you see cramps, and I haven't seen any, and if they have been, they've been on the sideline, so it hasn't done anything to play. And, again, a relatively clean game. There's only been 3 or 4 penalties and nothing egregious. And, it's just been a great game to call and a great game to watch.
Yep. Yes, on both counts. And I'm looking forward to the second half here as both teams kind of get the kinks worked out and get themselves warmed up and ready to go here. The referee standing at the midfield stripe. And CSP is going to take off like a herd of elephants down in the end zone, I guess. So This has been a game pretty much played between the 20s, Doc.
Yeah, I agree.
The scoring play that CSP had for the touchdown was on a fairly lengthy pass from Lucas.
I had it at 16 yards. So, just inside the 20.
Yep. And Curtis Olson, he just threw that in the perfect spot. It caught Lucas Lysandro coming across the backside of the end zone right there, hit him right in stride. And that was kind of a tough play. It was a seam route, so there wasn't a great angle, but made a good pass. And the CSP defenders have done a nice job containing Lucas Marsh, particularly on the offensive side of the ball for the Franklinville Ellicottville Titans. He can be a little shifty, and they've done a real nice job
containing him.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to thank First Place Auto Glass for funding this Corry Federal Credit Union CSP football broadcast. First Place Auto Glass of Jamestown, owner Glass Tech Robert Leonard from Panama installs automotive glass and works with all major insurance companies. We thank First Place Auto Glass, 716-450-0847 or on Facebook. We also want to thank Krager Racing Engines. This broadcast is supported in part by Krager Racing Engines and Mike's Machine in Clymer. Krager Racing Engines provides performance machining and assembly for race teams nationwide. Best wishes to the Wolfpack from Krager Racing Engines. And also a big shout out to Leisure Time. Partial funding for this broadcast from Leisure Time Power Sports of Corry. For over 50 years, Leisure Time has offered motorcycles, dirt bikes, side-by-sides, snowmobiles, and agricultural equipment. We thank Leisure Time Power Sports in Corry, Pennsylvania, and Bradford for their continued support. So, Brian, third quarter, Bryce Hinsdale kicking off to the Titans. And the kick is fumbled and recovered with little to no return on the play. By Lecky from the Titans returns the ball to approximately the 30-yard line. We'll see if the Titans decide a little different offensive strategy since I bet that's the first half that they've been shut out the entire year.
Yeah, the Wolfpack's doing a nice job containing their three big players. And luckily, actually, that Bilecki there, that ball hit him in the shoulder pads and hit the ground, and it took a football hop, but it hopped right back up to him. So that could have been disaster right from the first kick in the second half here, but they got it under control.
And Marsh is electing to operate out of the shotgun in the first play of the third quarter.
2 left, 1 right, 2 in the backfield. We haven't seen this formation tonight, I don't think.
Yep, stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight. And the quarterback keep has that old RPO, and he made the wrong choice.
Yeah.
I don't think the first option was good, but the second option that he elected was not any good, and maybe it was time to pitch that ball. But
Justin Massing and Hayden Battaglia come in from their defensive tackle positions, and they just sandwiched him. That was a big hit.
Nice. Yep, and we're not the biggest guys in the world, but we are pretty stout.
We our defensive linemen, and they shift them around a little bit. Hayden Battaglia, Kyle Ryan, Justin Massing, Trayvon Copta, Austin Munson. So we've got some guys.
Different spots.
Yep.
Under center. Little misdirection counterplay goes nowhere. Tackled by number 75.
There's Hayden Battaglia again.
Just blew that play up right from the get-go. Going to be 3rd and 8. Not the start to the second half that Franklinville, Ellicottville was hoping for, I'm sure. But nothing really creative in either one of those two calls either.
No, and similar to the first half here, they call the play at the line of scrimmage, but then they let the play clock kind of run down here a little bit. They're in certainly no hurry. They're down 10 points is all, but still, as fast as that first half went, you'd like to see maybe a little momentum here out of the team in the second half.
Well, and running the ball, we're already down almost to the 10-minute mark of the third quarter, and we've only run 2 plays.
Yeah.
The kickoff and 2 plays. And they're still looking at their armbands for the play. Marsh is out of the shotgun, throws the ball to the right. The pass is complete or incomplete. Looks incomplete. So 3 and out is a great start for the Wolfpack defense. Going to be 4th and 8, and deep in the Titan end, I'm sure that they're going to punt this football. A little too early for trickeration, I believe. Bryce Hinsdale back to receive.
Yeah, definitely too early. It's a 10-point game. We're happy to be ahead 10-0, but a little early, especially on this far down in your side of the field, in my opinion, to try anything real tricky.
Yep, certainly would be mine too. And this is not my favorite Bryce application. Single receiver on this punt. A lot of strange stuff happens on a punt. And he catches it on the run, and as soon as I say that, he's going to have a terrific return. And so a good 10, 12-yard return on the play. It's going to be 1st and 10 CSP across the 50-yard line inside the 45. So great field position to start the first possession of the Wolfpack in the second half.
Yep, best field position we've had all game, I believe, to start a drive. It's going to be on the Franklinville, Ellicottville side of the field at about the 44-yard line, and we're back in business here.
Well, we'll see what Coach Ty Harper has up his sleeve. Certainly a 10-point half is not a terrific offensive half, but it was good enough for a 10-0 lead. Olsen, very conservative formation, under center. Just a power I formation up the middle. And it looks like Trent Burchanowski, he's at the 10, he's at the 5. He is going to go fumble.
And they are going to get a touchback out of that.
He was going to score, and the Titan defender caught him from behind and knocked the ball away, and it was a question who was going to land on it. Wolfpack would have been a touchdown, but the Titans got it, so it's going to be 1st and 10 Titans. Make sure that there weren't any flags on the field, but certainly a heads-up play and a big break for Franklinville, Ellicottville.
Yeah, I believe Logan Grinnells is the one that came in from the other side of the field. He was trying to come in and cut Trent off at the pass, and rather than tackle him, he tried to get the ball, and he surely did. And that ball squirted out just as Trent was crossing the goal line, and there was a scrum for it, and Franklinville, Ellicottville comes out with it. So what was going to be a 6-point touchdown is going to be turned over to a touchback for the Franklinville, Ellicottville team.
Yeah, that's a huge play right there. Making this a 3-score game would have been really tough in this defensive environment. And, maybe the inexperience of Burchanowski, maybe that's the first time that's shown through. Not protecting the ball as well as you might think from somebody that has, played the game for 3 or 4 years. But the kid has certainly been terrific so far.
Well, and I think what happened was, too, on that play, he was watching the defender that was chasing him, and he didn't really watch Grinnells coming in from the other side.
Yep.
So a lot going on there. Now we got a flag in the air well after the play, all the players up in the air. I'm not sure what the flag is for. Probably some kind of a unsportsmanlike or something, I'm going to assume. I'm just not sure on who.
Yep, can't even tell who they're looking at. Yep, it's on CSP.
I'm not sure what happened on that far sideline over there, but
me neither.
Something, and the referees were right there all over it, so that's going to be 15 yards and an automatic first down.
Yeah, that's, the fumble is a big play. The unsportsmanlike conduct penalty is a big penalty. And, that was on the CSP sideline, too. Those flags usually come a little bit easier when they're on your own sideline. But, being on the far sideline, they threw the flag, and I'm sure that they saw something that warranted it. And it's a nice break for the Titans.
Yeah, saw or heard. I didn't really see anything.
Yep, very possible.
Yep.
You never know. You never know what a 17-year-old kid is going to say from play to play. Very, very true. So out of the shotgun, sweep to the near sideline. He's got some space, and he is going to be knocked out of bounds, crossing the 50-yard line by number 20. Boy, and that was the energy that Franklinville, Ellicottville needed. Big play.
Yeah, man, talk about a momentum shift here in the last minute and a half or so, Doc. CSP goes from going up 3 scores, and now Franklinville, Ellicottville gets a big penalty, and now they just ran off another 20 yards on us, and they're in business.
That's for sure. Crossing the 50-yard line for the first time here in the second half. Only 5 minutes to go. Is that a 5 or a 9? I think it's a 5.
It's 9.
Okay, we were missing a bulb. So it's 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 1st and 10, Franklinville, Ellicottville from the CSP 45-yard line, operating out of the shotgun. drops back to pass, under pressure, tackled for. It's got to be close to a sack, if not a sack. Looks like big number 77, Ryan, and number 75, Battaglia. You know, creating lots of pressure on the Franklinville quarterback.
Yeah, once again, that right side of the CSP defense, led by Hayden Battaglia and Kyle Ryan, and they are just creating some havoc up there for the offensive tackle and guard for Franklinville, Ellicottville.
Yep, and we can give them a sack since that was a 1-yard loss on the play. 2nd and 11. Marsh, this is very interesting how long it takes them to get this play off.
Yeah, and in high school, there's no real clock to watch. You got to watch the referee standing behind when he puts his hand in the air. There's 10 seconds left. When there's 5, he starts counting it off. So that's the cue.
Out of the shotgun. It's a keeper, and it's tackled for another loss. Lucas Lashandro again, and Hayden Battaglia again. And that little Domenico kid is in there, sticking his nose in there. Another loss on the play.
They keep running to the left side of their offense, the right side of our defense, and that's pretty tough sledding over there with those guys. Lucas Lasandro actually caught that play from the backside. He came around from his middle linebacker position around the left side of the defense and caught the play from behind. But, man, good play on the defensive part. Yeah,
I tell you, other than that penalty, our defense has just been absolutely stifling. 3rd and 14. Operating out of the shotgun almost exclusively here in the second half. Deciding what they're going to run. Single set in the backfield. Tight formation, man in motion. The snap is going to be a keeper. And he bellies out. That usually is a bad sign. And I don't know. It's going to be close.
Close to the first marker.
Yep. Oh, yeah, right. You're right. I sit corrected. Yep. He's got this will be an interesting call. It's going to be 4th and about 10 from the CSP 45-yard line. And it's going to be 4th and 11. That was a kind of a favorable spot for the Wolfpack. So are we going to kick it and pin the Wolfpack deep in their own end, or are we going to go for it? Looks like we're going for it.
Well, on that play, the CSP defense from the left-hand side of the defense, they did a nice job stringing that out. I think he wanted to cut that up the field a little quicker than what he did, but there just wasn't any holes.
Well, no space.
And a deliberate offense here for Franklinville, Ellicottville, using every bit of that 40-second play clock.
Yeah, they sure are, especially down by 2 scores. 4th and 11. Operating out of the shotgun, drops back to pass. It's got to be a screen. Holy cow! Well, what a jailbreak that was as far as pressure. But you got to give that kid credit because he hung in there in the face of 4 guys bearing down on him, and that's why I thought it was a screen because we had a jailbreak to pressure the quarterback. But he hung in there and completed the pass for a first down, and that is the play of the second half, other than the fumble recovery.
Yeah, big 4th down play there from the Franklinville Ellicottville team, and threw it right in front of the defenders, and there was 3 of them around the ball, and he stuck it in there. And 1st and 10 from about the 37-yard line, let's call it, 28? 28, excuse me.
Again, operating exclusively out of the shotgun. Drops back to pass this time. Pressure again. And, he almost broke that pass up. But the pass is completed. It's going to be a short gain on the play. 3-4 yard gain. It's going to be 6 and about 7. 6 and about 6. Or 2nd and about 6.
2nd and about 6. Cooper Brown's helmet came off on that tackle right there, and I don't know if it's the same rules in high school as it is in college, but he's staying on the field, so I wasn't sure if we had to go out for a play or not, but that was a nice tackle that he made coming up from his cornerback position. And once again, a deliberate offense. Everybody's looking at their wristbands, waiting for that play clock to kind of work its way down.
Now, you'd almost expect this pace if you were ahead. If you were ahead and trying to chew up clock, I could understand that. But when you're down by a couple of scores, I guess they certainly know more about it than I do. And
they're showing some respect for the CSP offense by doing that, for sure.
Keeping the ball away from them, I guess. But 3rd and 4 certainly in 4-down territory from the 23-yard line. That is a great night. There's not a whisper of wind and no rain, and it's,
just perfect.
Yep.
It's got to be great to play in, too.
Yep.
Like you said, we're not seeing any cramping or anything. Yep. It's a very comfortable evening.
It's just, and it'll be more comfortable if the Wolfpack brings home a victory. Well, how much time is left? My goodness.
He starts counting it down with 5
5
seconds.
4, 3. Yep.
They're taking it down to 2 or 3 seconds every play.
Shotgun pass, flushed out of the pocket. Whoa, he throws the ball a good 30 or 40 yards in the air, out of bounds, into the end zone.
Big arm, but he threw it about 10 yards out of bounds. But
and he took a heck of a, he's got a limp now too. Yeah, he took a heck of a lick from one of the Wolfpack defenders, and we are going to have a, now maybe that even is a cramp. He kind of went down like a cramp, and that's what I hope it is.
Exactly, it is.
That's what I hope
big
it
number
is.
56 for Franklinville's got his leg picked up in the air, so he's trying to work that cramp out.
Dale and Cindy Appleby at Appleby Motorsports are supporters of the Wolfpack and the Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream. Appleby Motorsports, located North Clymer, offers racing accessories and chassis setup for race teams in the region. We thank Appleby Motorsports for their support. Funding for this Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream broadcast is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance. With offices in Panama and Jamestown, J. Edwards Insurance is an independent insurance service providing auto, business, farm, and homeowners insurance. Online at jedwardsinsurance.com.
Number 3, Lucas Marsh, the quarterback, makes his way off to the sideline under his own power. It did look to be a cramp, so we look to have him back here in a play or two.
Yep, they're always not happy it happened, but happy that's what it is, because he's going to be back and going to be okay. So certainly a gutty performance on his part. He has been under pressure on each and every play and has made a couple terrific throws and a couple terrific runs, and is just really a great high school football player. What we like to call in the season the D's, and not the biggest guy, not the fastest guy, but plays with the heart of a lion. So good for him. And now it's going to be 4th and 4, and we're going to have a new quarterback, so you always have to, be concerned about that exchange. They've been operating exclusively out of the shotgun formation, and we got number 10, I think, is going to be the quarterback.
Yeah. Nuzzo's the new quarterback in the game for the cramping Lucas Marsh. He's going to take his snap from the shotgun position.
Yeah, tough circumstances for the new guy, and he's under pressure, and he throws the ball complete for a touchdown. What do I know? 23-yard touchdown pass from Nuzzo to someone, and it is now 10-6. Holy cow. The substitute quarterback comes in and throws a touchdown pass on 4th and 4. Good for him.
Good for him. Blake Frank was the receiver in the end zone that has worked away loose from the CSP defenders. And, I was kind of questioning the play call a little bit, bringing the new guy into the game on the pass play on the 4th and 4, but they made it work.
What do I know?
So
and
as they
he's still in the game.
Yep.
And he's got the towel and the white socks. He kind of looks the part. So
he's a junior quarterback, 5'10", 165 pounds. So that's quarterback
under
material.
Center, pitches the ball. That's going nowhere. Now that extra point is no good. And lo and behold, we have a field goal that is providing the major difference in this 10-6 score. So with that, we're going to thank Lictus Oil and Propane for partially funding this Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream. Oil and Propane, Lictus Auto Service, and Clymer Hardware and Home Center, the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream. Thanks, Lictus Oil and Propane, Lictus Auto Service, and Clymer Hardware and Home Center for their continued support. We would also like to thank Woods Napa, supporting this CSP broadcast. Woods Auto Parts Napa and Woods Power Sports in Sherman Along with auto parts for most vehicles, Woods offers parts and service for off-road ATV and motorcycles. Channel 98.9 thanks Woods Napa and Power Sports for their continued support of these broadcasts. So, 4:15 to go here in the third quarter. We got ourselves a ball game now, Wilbur.
Man, what a shift in momentum here in the last 5 minutes. CSP goes from potentially going up 3 scores, fumble, 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct, a couple runs, and a pass from your first play in the ball game quarterback for about 20 yards up the middle to your wide receiver, touchdown.
Well, we certainly have ourselves a ball game now because it is a one-score game. And we got a lot of football left. 4:15 to go here in the third quarter, plus the fourth quarter. So plenty of opportunity for both squads to buckle down and see who's toughest in crunch time. The Titans kicking off from the 40-yard line, and the kick is off. And it's a long, deep line drive kick. Fielded by CSP. Return up the middle. East 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We have two men to beat. Burchanowski on a fine return. You just, point A to point B. I just love that. All that pussyfooting and jelly dancing around on the kickoffs and punt returns generally don't get you anywhere, sideline to sideline. But he just went east and west and had a terrific return out to the CSP 45-yard line.
Yeah, he's probably foaming at the mouth a little bit. Trent had that nice run and got the unfortunate fumble. So that was him trying to pick his teammates back up maybe.
Yeah, that's a good point. First and 10, Wolfpack from their own 45-yard line. Olson's telling his backs what he wants them to do. Sneaks under center, still telling them what he wants them to do. Yeah. Now we're going to run out of the power I. Yep, he didn't know the play. Well, not Olson, the running back. And so he rolls left and throws again, and that is a tough pass. Falls incomplete on the far sideline, going to be 2nd and 10.
And the reason that he was trying to reposition his running back, because the running back position has been taken over by Justin Massing. That was Justin in the backfield on that play. So
Yeah.
He was trying to help line him up just a little bit.
Yep.
So, I don't know.
Getting that extra big, meaty blocker, and there he is again.
He's coming back in again right now. Yep.
Now, let me see. Where am I supposed to stand? Who am I supposed to block? And there's a running play right behind Justin, and knifing from in behind is the Franklinville defender on a nice play, short gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8, and again, momentum has certainly changed sides of the field.
Yeah, I don't know. Coaches obviously saw something on the halftime that made a switch and decided to put Justin Massing in the backfield for a couple plays. But that didn't seem to matter on that play because he got caught from the backside, actually.
Yep, 3rd and 8. Olson, shotgun, drops back to pass. He has time, throws the ball to the left side, and it's complete. Nice gain on the play, a good 30-yard completion. And Olson to
Cooper Brown down the left-hand side. And for those of you watching on Facebook, sorry, I missed that one on the camera.
Well, I saw it.
Yeah.
It was a really nice pass and an even better reception at a critical time in the game. CSP looking for a first down to stem the change in momentum. And Cooper Brown has certainly been a target of a number of passes tonight. Olson again out of the shotgun. Here's a bubble screen to Hinsdale. Makes a nifty move to the inside. Misses one, misses two. Cutting back over the middle. He's just going to take a big hit there, and he did. A clean hit, but it was a big hit. 2nd and 4.
Yeah, that bubble screen, they're kind of back on that again a little bit. And that time, Bryce decided to cut it to the inside, which was the smart play. There was a lot of defenders to the outside, but, man, that does open you up to a big hit coming across the middle there.
Olson under center, single back. 2nd and 4. Burchanowski in motion. Second man through, a little misdirection. A little bit on the play, but not much.
Pretty tough sledding up the middle there.
Again, we're in 4-down territory from the 19-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 2 from the 19.
No, CSP being a little more deliberate, although they're ready to snap the ball now.
4 wideouts, 2 and 2, 1 man in motion. There's the quarterback sneak that's been so effective so many times, and certainly looks like he has it. This Wolfpack football broadcast is being underwritten in part by Necker's Company General Store. For over 100 years, Necker's Company has served Clymer with groceries, meats, deli, footwear, and gift items. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Necker's Company General Store for their support. 1st and 10 Wolfpack from the 15-yard line. Big possession. Burchanowski inside handoff, little to no gain on the play. Got a couple yards. Crotty Chevrolet in Buick is providing partial funding for this ball game. Crotty Chevrolet is located at the Y in Columbus and online at crottychevy.com. Sponsor of the player of the game, Crotty Chevrolet and Buick. 2nd and 8.
Big Justin Massing back in the game again. 3 running backs in the backfield.
Olson under center. Burchanowski off left tackle for a nice gain on the play. It's going to be short of the first down, but a solid 4-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 3rd and 4. Again, we're thinking about a field goal here if we don't get the first down.
Well, they're just kind of chugging down the field here. Not big chunks on any one play. 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, and that'll get it done mostly.
Yeah, very methodical with only 30 seconds to go here in a running clock in the 3rd quarter. The sweep, I think that's Burchanowski. He's going nowhere. And tackled by number 36 for a loss on the play. And that's going to be probably the last play of the 3rd quarter. And that's going to give Coach Ty Harper and his brain trust time to think about what they're going to do. Not as big a loss as I thought, but it's going to be, 4th and 8. I got to believe we're going to kick it, for crying out loud. I'd kick it.
Well, that puts you up 7.
Yep.
So
a touchdown without
an extra point.
Yep.
So that certainly, I would say, makes sense. They're down in Bryce's range, I'm going to guess. The ball's going to be out on the 10-yard line, so he's kicking them away further than that.
Yep,
so.
And I think we're at the 12, so the 12 to 22 plus 7 is 29. So it'd be a 29-yard field goal to possibly start the 4th quarter. But, we have a whole minute and a half to figure it out. So at the end of the quarter with the CSP Wolfpack 10 and the Franklinville Ellicottville Titans 6. Fat Mon's Grub in Corry is an underwriter of this Wolfpack football broadcast. Fat Mon's menu includes pizzas, subs, and salads and dinners. Take out or eat in at 814-964-3158. The Corry Federal Credit Union 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Fat Mon's Grub for their support. Allegheny Power Equipment, Route 426 east of Corry, is an underwriter of this Corry Federal Credit Union sports stream. Allegheny Power Equipment has worked with the small engine industry with parts and service for decades. 814-664-9291, Channel 98.9. Thanks, Allegheny Power Equipment, for their continued support. And another shout out to Necker's Company General Store. This Wolfpack broadcast is being underwritten in part by Necker's Company General Store for over 100 years. Necker's Company has served Clymer with groceries, meats, deli, footwear, and gift items. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Necker's Company General Store for their continued support. And why aren't we kicking a field goal? I was all excited for that. Okay, it's going to be 4th and 7. Maybe Bryce has a blister on his foot or something. Pass is intercepted, and he could go all the way. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30, the 35, and he's caught behind by Olson, the quarterback, and what a turnaround. Why didn't we kick the field goal there? I mean, Jiminy Crickets. Hindsight is 20/20, but interception on the play, good 55-yard return on the play, and momentum is now swung back.
It sure has, and other than the first series when we had the fumble crossing the goal line, Franklinville Ellicottville has had the momentum pretty much this whole half, and they just reinforced that right there with the pick basically on the goal line, and the defender runs it all the way back to they're going to mark it at about the 30-yard line of CSP. So we're going to call that about a 70-yard interception. Braylon Wyatt.
Braylon Wyatt on that interception. Certainly the defensive play of the game for Franklinville, Ellicottville, and they are going to be 1st and 10 from the CSP 30-yard line. We have an injured player on the field, and with that, we want to thank CSP Wolfpack play-by-play on Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided in part and in a major way by the Corry Federal Credit Union. The Corry Federal Credit Union would like to thank and wish the Wolfpack the best of luck this season. The Corry Federal Credit Union has been serving the community since 1958. They offer a wide range of financial and banking services for you and your business. The Corry Federal Credit Union is located at 728 Worth Street in Corry, 56 North Main Street in Union City, and 315 Main Street in Spartansburg, and online at www.corryfcu.org. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Corry Federal Credit Union, our major sponsor, a not-for-profit organization, for their continued support of CSP Wolfpack football play-by-play.
And the injured player was the backup quarterback, Glenn Nuzzo, who also appears to be cramping. So both quarterbacks for Franklinville, Ellicottville, Lucas Marsh and Glenn Nuzzo, both experienced some cramps. Lucas Marsh is going to re-enter the game. And he's going to be taking snaps from his shotgun position as the backup is on the sideline trying to work the cramp out.
Yeah, we need to get some IV bags going in those kids. That's not that hard. Get a tent out, start the IV, give them some saline, and get them back in there. Operating out of the shotgun. He's open. Pass is complete. And he's going to be into the end zone. A 30-yard touchdown pass. Holy cow, what a comeback. Down 10-0 at halftime. The Franklinville Ellicottville Titans have now taken a 12-10 lead, and this extra point is very important. That 12-10 field goal gives us a shot for 13-12, but this is a huge extra point, and also there is 11:36 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it looks like a busted defense there. He was wide open. There wasn't anybody within 10 yards of him, Doc. I'm not sure how he snuck out into the pass pattern there, but obviously somebody had a blown assignment on that far side for the CSP defense.
Well, you know, and coming out of an injury timeout like that, you got to believe you got the right personnel and everybody on the same page of the playbook. This doesn't look good. No, that's no pass interference. That's just well defended on the play, and that's a dad saying my kid got interfered with. But that's okay. We're all in this together. Well defended on the part of the CSP Wolfpack. They ran a deep out into the end zone, and the pass was deflected. And with the score, the Franklinville Ellicottville Titans 12 and the CSP Wolfpack 10 with 11:36 to go here in the fourth quarter. Funding for this Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream broadcast comes in part from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off and on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support. And also, underwriting for this Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream coverage of CSP football is provided by Triple E Manufacturing. Triple E Manufacturing offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery and printing services. Triple E Manufacturing of Sherman, New York. Online at tripleemfg.com. Well, Wilbur, we have ourselves a ball game and a fourth quarter.
We sure do, and we have a huge momentum shift, if nothing else. Franklinville Ellicottville with a 12-10 lead, but momentum is squarely on their side now after fumble, 2 touchdowns, and
the interception.
The interception was just a backbreaker. Both times CSP was getting ready to cross the end zone, and Franklinville Ellicottville defense did a nice job of keeping us out twice here in the second half.
Well, we're going to see what the Wolfpack is made of. I mean, this is a great learning experience here, and the first half was really all CSP, and the second half has been all Franklinville, Ellicottville. So, number 60 for the Titans, lining up to kick to Burchanowski, and the kick is up, and it's a good, long, deep kick, fielded cleanly by Burchanowski. Again, point A to point B, right up the middle. He's got 2 guys to beat. Nice return on the play, almost to the 40-yard line. First and 10 CSP from the CSP 38-yard line.
Yeah, and Trent doing a nice job of keeping both hands on the ball that time as he's running up through there. He learned his lesson, so.
Well, what a great fourth quarter this is setting up to be. First and 10 Wolfpack from their own 38-yard line down. Haven't said that much. Now, I did miss the Randolph game, but I haven't said CSP down very often, if at all, I don't think, on the entire season. Olson, under quarterback. Massing continues to be a blocking back. Looking to Burchanowski stopped, bounces it to the outside. He was stopped for no gain up the middle. He bounced it to the outside and ends up with no gain on the play. And the Titans have come to play defense here in the second half.
Yeah, they sure have. It's been pretty tough running up that middle. We've had a few runs here and there, but, man, there's been a lot of them with 0 to no gain. So pretty tough battle in the trenches tonight.
You know, we've kind of got away from that passing attack. We were, percentage-wise, we were pretty successful. Olson under center. He now drops back to pass. He pumps once. He's got Bryce Simpson open. What a catch! What a catch! A one-handed grab. Holy cannoli, that was terrific.
Wow.
And if that pass would have been a little better, he would have scored. Because he had to dive to make the catch. But what a great one-handed catch. Pass from Curtis Olson to Bryce Hinsdale. First and 10 CSP, a good 18-yard gain on the play. First and 10 CSP from the 40-yard line. Olson now operating out of the shotgun. There's the bubble screen we're talking about. To Hinsdale again. He's got to be tuckered out after that. But the pass is completed again for a short gain on the play. And, we've got to be really careful about throwing that ball backwards. We've got a really good vantage for that. And I'm pretty sure that was a backward pass. Now, maybe we're setting it up for Bryce to throw the ball to somebody. That would be really freaking cool. That would be really clever.
Ty Harper's bag of tricks. There's certainly some of that play calling in there. I'm not sure if right now is the time for that or not.
The old hook and ladder play from playoff days, but Olson's in the shotgun, back to pass. Oh, that could have been intercepted just as easily. The pass falls incomplete. Stops the clock, 2nd and 10 to go. 9:59 in the fourth quarter. The CSP Wolfpack 10, the Franklinville Ellicottville Titans 12 in just a terrific high school football game. 3rd and 10, Olson operating out of the shotgun, trips left, single wide out right, single man in the backfield. The snap's a little high. Olson's back. He's got good protection. He finds on the crossing route Micah Willink. He wakes 1 move, 2 moves. Look at the guy go. He's like a tight end. Look at the guy. What a great pass and a better reception for Micah Willink. Going to be enough for another Wolfpack. First down.
Yeah, Micah coming across the field from his far side wide receiver post, and he's been a little quiet here. Bryce has been getting a lot of the attention, and so rightfully so. Bryce has had a big game.
And we got flags on the play. Somebody jumped, and I think that that's going to go against the Titans. We'll take that 5 yards. That was his preliminary mechanic.
Well, he's motion on CSP now.
Yeah, he changed his mind. He pointed the wrong way.
There you go.
I've done that before. That's why I holler blue or white and don't point.
There you go.
I point the wrong way every time. Not every time, but a lot. So 5 yards on CSP, and he did point the wrong way. But that's okay. 1st and 15. Olson going to operate out of the shotgun. Going to have trips wide right, 1 Willink wide left, 1 setback. The bubble screen to Bryce again. A little nifty move, in, out, short gain on the play. By the way, Ellicottville's getting pretty clever at defending those bubble screens.
Yeah, I've been real impressed with Ellicottville's defenders, defensive backs in particular. That one's Logan Grinnells, but they've had a few guys that have really made some, just terrific plays on these bubble screens. We're getting enough practice at it, though, like you said.
Yep.
We have utilized that a lot tonight.
Yeah, and it's complete, but it's only for a gain of a yard or two. So here we have trips left, one wide out right, one setback. Olson out of the shotgun. The snap. He drops back to pass. He's got good protection. The pass is complete. I think that's Micah on the far sideline and is short of the first down, but still a good 7 or 8 yard completion.
Yeah, and that's going to bring up about a 3rd and 5.
From the 28-yard line, 6:44 to go here in the fourth quarter. Maybe it's an 8, 6 or an 8.
I think that's an 8.
Okay, and then one of those bulb things again. We have 4 wideouts on the left side, 1 on the right. Here's the bubble screen, and there's Bryce, misses 1, misses 2, makes a nifty move. And yeah, that's really a great reception and a better run, and he's going to have enough for another Wolfpack first down.
Yeah, Bryce did a nice job. He faked the one defender. He tried to think that he was going to cut to the inside, and he ended up cutting it outside, and the defender just lost his footing, and so that resulted in the rest of that play.
Yep, it's going to be 1st and goal from the 8, and I don't want to give him any ideas, but I think one of those DBs is going to step in front of one of those bubble screens before it's all done here. Olson under center, Burchanowski second man through. We just have not had much luck rushing the football. Now we got a flag. Well, I don't like the looks of that. It's either a hold or a personal foul. This face mask on the defense. I'm a Wolfpack guy, but when that flag comes in from 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage, how does he have much of an angle to see a face mask there? Yes. It's all about angles and what you can see and what you can't see, and
the umpire was basically right on top of it.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. That is a tough call. That is a tough call. And it's only going to be a 2 or 3 yard penalty as the ball is on the 4 yard line, half the distance to the goal. So it's still going to be first down. 1st and goal from the 4 yard line. What a ball game. 6 or 8:13 to go. Olson under center. Hands the ball off to Burchanowski. He's got a little crease. And he's in for the score. Trent Burchanowski, a 4 yard touchdown run. CSP regains the lead 16-12.
What a nice little hole that was made for Trent off that right-hand side. Once again, it wasn't big. He kind of went through there sideways.
Just a crease.
Trent's kind of built for going through that like that. He's not a very big guy, but he didn't need much, and he was able to get it over the end zone.
Yeah, I guess we go for 2 here. Ahead by 4, 1 point would not make much of a difference, but 2 could. So let's see what we're doing, and that's exactly what we're doing. Olson is under center. We have 2 wide out right, 2 wide out left, 1 setback, and the snap, man in motion, and it's a quarterback sneak. Yeah, he's a big, strong guy. Boy, this is a critical call here. And they say no. Okay.
That must have been real close. The near side official ran almost clear to the pile before he called that. So that's a long ways for a quarterback sneak, 3 yards.
Yep.
But Curtis, he's a big kid, but that's a long ways.
And it's been successful before. But
correct.
Support for the Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream coverage of CSP football is provided by Mosier's Carpeting and Floor Covering. Mosier's installs carpeting, vinyl, and laminate flooring, as well as tile. Mosier's, Main Street, Clymer, New York. Crouch's Garage, 2 East Main Street in Panama, New York, underwrites the Corry Federal Credit Union coverage of CSP football on Channel 98.9. Crouch's offers automotive service, state inspections, and used cars too. We thank Crouch's Garage for their continued support. And also, funding for this broadcast of CSP football is provided in part by First Place Auto Glass of Jamestown. Owner Glass Tech, Robert Leonard from Panama installs automotive glass and works with all major insurance companies. We thank First Place Auto Glass, 716-450-0847, or on Facebook. Did he punt that?
He looked like it,
Yeah.
but that was a kick.
Okay.
Got a lot of leg into it.
Oh, and there's a big return. And Bryce is the last guy that makes this. Holy cow. What a fine return on the part of the Titans. Crossed the 50-yard line and only had Bryce to beat, and he was able to grab an ankle and knock him out of bounds. But it's going to be great field position for the Franklinville, Ellicottville Titans. And he stepped out of bounds a little bit earlier than I thought, but it's still great field position. It's going to be on the 44-yard line of the Wolfpack. 7:58 to go, 16-12 Wolfpack in a wonderful high school football game on a beautiful Friday night in Western New York. Where would you rather be than right here, right now?
Once again, the Franklinville-Ellicottville offense to the line of scrimmage, but they're taking their time before they actually put the ball in play.
Back to pass out of the shotgun. Got plenty of time. Pass is complete for a short gain on the play.
Reynolds on the reception.
Wrapped up by Gabe Roth. 3-yard gain on the play. 7:40 to go in the fourth quarter on a running clock. The CSP Wolfpack 16. The Franklinville-Ellicottville Titans 12. 2nd and 7. But this is like watching paint dry or grass grow sometimes, you know. I suppose it's okay.
Well,
no different than huddling and breaking off to the huddle, I guess.
Yeah.
But back to out of the shotgun, back to pass. A little bit of pressure. Everybody's tired. These linemen have been doing an awful lot of running. Yeah, and the guy might have been open, but a long 40-yard pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, CSP defense, once again, those defensive backs doing a phenomenal job covering these receivers in their pass patterns, and there's just not a whole lot of options. They've completed a few passes tonight, and they've been big ones when they have, but there's been a lot of them that have forced the quarterback to take off on a scramble.
Krager Racing Engines supports, in part, this broadcast. Krager's Engines and Mike's Machine and Climber. Krager Racing Engines provides performance, machining, and assembly for race teams nationwide. Best wishes to the Wolfpack from Krager Racing Engines. Again, operating out of the shotgun exclusively here in the second half. The Titans drop back to pass. The pass is overthrown, falls incomplete. Almost an interception. You know, that's something we haven't had yet tonight that I certainly would take one right now.
Yeah, we've turned the ball over, but I don't believe Franklinville-Ellicottville has tonight.
Yeah, this is a big play right here. We have 6:57 to go on a stopped clock in the fourth quarter. It is 4th and 6 from the CSP 40-yard line. So this is a big deal right here.
This is a big play.
Big
4th
deal.
down.
And the linemen on both sides are just plumb tuckered out from chasing both quarterbacks around because there's been a ton of passing for a high school football game. Operating out of the shotgun, drops back to pass again. Plenty of time to pass over the middle. Is complete. Is incomplete. We've got no
signal from the officials anywhere.
They're not sure. Oh, man. Boy, Coach Harper is livid.
They call it incomplete.
Okay. And he's going to get a flag if he doesn't get his fanny back on the sideline.
Coach Harper's passed the numbers, making sure that they knew what he thought the play call should have been.
Well, you could just tell the indecision on the part of the official that had the call. I mean, he was looking right at it, and everybody was looking at him to make a call, and he was standing there befuddled. And and they thought the pass was completed. They thought the pass was incomplete, and it was a big play and a tense moment. So 6:47 to go here in the fourth quarter. What a ball game. CSP with the ball in the tightest formation I've ever seen them employ. And, of course, he comes out and passes out of it. Olsen pumps once, throws right and deep, and the pass is intercepted. Jiminy Crickets. Grinnell's, and that's going to be a late hit. And I tell you, I would have thrown the flag on CSP for that one. That just was, the kid was on the ground, and that was a half a count late. I would have thrown the flag there, but boy, go for the dagger or 3 downs and out. I don't know. We could have run a good 3 or 4 minutes off the clock there, but that's why I'm announcing. But
yeah, I'm not sure I like that play call either. The pass has been working, but man, we're in the part of the game where you just need to burn some clock.
Yep, and to throw it deep.
To throw it deep. Yes.
Yep. A little square out or a little bubble screen. 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. What a ball game. That's got to be about their 3rd interception, I think.
I believe it is.
Yep.
And a fumble.
Yeah. So operating, we got pressure from behind, and he eludes it, and pressure again. Wow, what a relentless defense. And I believe that's Trayvon Copta was the 3rd guy in. I didn't catch the first guy that really blew up the play, but the Titan quarterback was able to squirm away from that pressure, and it's still a loss on the play. 2nd and 15, and the clock continues to run. 6:07 to go on a running clock in the fourth quarter.
I believe Kyle Ryan was the one that was in there that kind of blew that play up. But, yeah, there was
That's for sure. That is for sure. Now operating out of the shotgun in a tight formation. The Titans, there's a fumble on the snap. Oh, we got a flag on the play. Another flag on the play. Falls incomplete. What the heck call is that?
I think he meant to throw the beanie rather than the flag, maybe.
Yeah.
I think he threw the wrong thing out of his pocket.
Wow. Get your apparatus together here. So
they're going to call him down back there then?
Well, maybe did he fumble the snap? And
maybe that's what he was doing. He was marking this where the fumble was.
And threw his flag.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. That's exactly what that was.
Yeah. Wow.
I was trying to figure out what he was doing, just throwing anything, but that's what he was doing.
Yep. Boy, I'd go crawl in a hole after that one. That's the optics of that are pretty bad. 3rd and 15. The Titans operating exclusively out of the shotgun. Trips wide right, 1 wide left. Drops back to pass under a little bit of pressure. Passes over the middle. It is intercepted. CSP.
Cooper Brown.
Cooper Brown, number 10, CSP's first interception on the evening, and you just kind of had a feeling that with all those passes, you're going to get one before the game is over. I just would have preferred it happening a lot sooner than 5:32 to go in the fourth quarter. But let's hope we run the ball a couple plays here, Brian.
Yeah, I think running plays would be a smart call at this point. As I'm watching their quarterback kind of limp his way off the field, he's got that cramping issue that's still kind of bothering him over here. Tough kid. He's gotten it out, but he's definitely being affected with some cramps.
Yeah, that hurts like holy bejeebers, too. If you harken back to your high school athlete days, cramps are no frickin' fun. But tight formation. We have everybody in under center, and we run the ball. And a nice little crease. It looks like Burke
hang on to the ball, yes.
Or Roth, maybe.
That's Trent. Yep, that was Trent.
Yep, 15.
Rolling and joshing his way up through about a 9-yard gain.
9-yard gain on the play, and the clock is running. What a wonderful thing. The clock is our friend right now. 2nd and 1. Oh, and we got state police presence here in the crowd. Jiminy Crickets. I better be good. Goodness knows what I've said that offended somebody. Happens all the time. 2nd and 9, 4:45 to go here in a running clock in the fourth quarter. What a ball game. The CSP Wolfpack 16, the Franklinville Ellicottville Titans 12. And I guess that's a quarterback sneak. It's one of Curtis Olson's favorite calls, and it appears that he has enough for another Wolfpack. First down. Now, I like this series of play calls.
Yeah, yep. Tighten it in.
Yeah.
Hang on to the ball and if you can get a few yards here and there, that's great. What you're really trying to do is burn that clock. And, eventually I got to think Franklinville, Ellicottville is going to start to call a timeout or two here.
Yep, and I don't think they've called any. I don't know if those injury timeouts count against you or not.
I don't think there's been enough of them, really. They had 2 players with some cramps. That's been about it.
Yeah. 1st and 10 from the CSP 45-yard line. Olson under center. Hands the ball off to Burchanowski. He's got a crease. And another 9 yards. And that's going to be close to a first down. I believe he's going to be about a foot short. But, Franklinville-Ellicottville is packing 9 guys in the box. And if you get past those 9 guys, all of a sudden there's some room to run.
Well, like we've been saying, man, this has been a hard-fought battle in the trenches. And players on both teams, hands on hips, hands on their knees, catching any breath of wind that they can possibly get. It's a warm night here, beautiful night for a football game, but late in the fourth quarter, it's starting to take its toll on some of these guys.
2nd and 9, 3:20 to go on a moving clock in the fourth quarter. CSP with the ball on the Titan 46-yard line. Olson under center, hands the ball off to Burchanowski with a second effort. And I'm pretty sure that's Burchanowski. I believe it was. Yep, and the second effort got him the first down.
Man, I'll tell you.
It is a first down. He was tackled for a no gain or a loss, but he bounced off that first tackle, and that lunge got another Wolfpack first down.
I'd still just have a hard time believing he's a first-year player.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, absolutely. And other than not protecting the ball on that critical play in the third quarter, it's just hard to believe he's only had 5 games of football experience, for crying out loud.
Yep.
No midgets, no JVs, and 5 varsity games. That's what it is. But 1st and 10, CSP from the Titan 45-yard line. Olson under center. Rushing attempt for little to no gain on the play, and I am just way happy with that because now we do have a timeout with 2:28 to go in the fourth quarter, 16-12 Wolfpack. This Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream broadcast is supported in part by Krager Racing Engines and Mike's Machine in Clymer, New York. Krager Racing Engines provides performance machining and assembly for race teams from nationwide experiences. Best wishes to the Wolfpack from Krager Racing. We also want to thank Leisure Time. This Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream broadcast is being made possible in part with funding from Leisure Time Power Sports of Corry, Pennsylvania. For over 50 years, Leisure Time has offered motorcycles, dirt bikes, side-by-sides, snowmobiles, and agricultural equipment. We thank Leisure Time Power Sports in Corry and Bradford for their support. And also, don't forget about UTEG's Body Shop in Corry, Pennsylvania, helping to bring you this broadcast of CSP football on the Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream. Along with collision repair and refinishing, UTEG's offers frame straightening services, 633 East Smith Street in Corry, Pennsylvania, UTEG's Body Shop. 2nd and 10, Olson under center. Burchanowski misses one tackle, breaks a second, and falls forward for a short gain on the play. And we have another timeout from Franklinville-Ellicottville. Joel Cook and the team at Corry Pre-Owned Auto Sales supports this Corry Federal Credit Union broadcast. Offering pre-owned cars and trucks in New York and Pennsylvania, Corry Pre-Owned Auto Sales is on Route 6 in Corry or online at corrycars.com. Go Wolfpack from Corry Pre-Owned Auto. Also, we want to thank Arlene's Dutch Kitchen Restaurant, helping to bring you this broadcast, including Arlene's Dutch Kitchen Restaurant and Becky's Bakery, 104 East Main Street in Sherman, New York. Arlene's offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and Becky's Bakery features Amish-style baked goods. 716-234-4002 or Arlene's Dutch Kitchen on Facebook. Go Wolfpack from Arlene's Dutch Kitchen. Well, that's 2 timeouts, Brian. Now, what do you get, 3.5 in high school?
I believe you get 3.5. Yep.
Okay. So here we go. It's going to be 3rd and 8. CSP, Olsen under center, tight formation. Another running play. Stop for little to no gain on the play. It's going to be 4th and 9, probably a yard loss. One more timeout. Gives us a chance to thank Finn's Auto. This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Pat Finnerty at Finn's Auto Sales on the Niobe Road in Panama, New York. Finn's specializes in Subaru service and offers used cars as well. Home of 1J Racing, we thank Finn's Auto Sales for their continued support of Wolfpack football. We also want to thank Dale and Cindy Appleby at Appleby Sports, supporters of the Wolfpack and Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream. Appleby Motorsports, located in North Clymer, offers racing team accessories and chassis set up for race teams in the region. We thank the Applebee's Motorsports for their support. And also Jay Edwards, supporting this Wolfpack broadcast, offices in Panama and Jamestown. Jay Edwards is an independent insurance service providing auto, business, farm, and homeowners insurance online at jayedwardsinsurance.com. 4th and 9. Bryce Hinsdale back to punt. You got to think they're looking for the block here. Good snap. Got the kick away. No major pressure. And a pretty good kick.
Very good kick under the circumstances. Yep. Knew you were going to get a lot of pressure from the Franklinville team, and they were did a nice job from the CSP side of things to keep everybody away from Bryce. Got off a nice punt.
Yep, and certainly field position is
paramount here.
It
is. We got them buried about as deep as we've had them here. They're starting their drive on about the 10-yard line, it looks like. So, first down and 90, basically.
89.
Yeah.
We got it on the 11. What a great ball game. It's just been we have 2:06 to go in the fourth quarter, and this is do or die. We got to be loosening up our free safety here. We'll give them 5 to 8 to 10 yards. This is not the NFL, and they are out of timeouts, I believe.
That is correct.
So they have got to be throwing the ball. A rushing play would do nothing but help us. So out of the shotgun, drops back to pass, and here's a pass. That looked tipped to me as well. Intercepted by who? Bryce Hinsdale. What a fine play on the ball. He had him snookered. He played him the whole way. It happened right in front of us, and it did look like the receiver was open, but Bryce had him snookered.
We got a penalty flag over at the line of scrimmage.
And it's on the Titans, so that penalty flag will be immaterial. But that was a tough pass. I mean, the quarterback was on the left hash, and he threw it to the right sideline. So, I mean, that is a tough cross-field pass, and gave Bryce an opportunity to make a play on that ball, and he made a Micah Willink catch on it. He high-pointed it just like Micah has done so many times throughout the course of the year, but he has played one whale of a football game tonight, and that 3-point field goal, harken back to the first quarter, makes a heck of a difference right now.
It sure does, and Bryce has been integral with the offense, the bubble screens. He's been really good on special teams, pinged them deep a couple times with some punts and a kickoff, and now we got an interception. So have a night, Bryce Hinsdale.
Early leader in the Crotty Chevrolet Player of the Game voting.
I would say.
Definite consideration. Yeah, we're going to take a knee here. We have 1:56 to go in the fourth quarter. Once again, we want to thank Necker's Company. Wolfpack football broadcast is being brought in part by Necker's Company. General store for over 100 years. Necker's Company has served Clymer with groceries, meats, deli, footwear, and gift items. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Necker's Company General Store for their continued support. And we mentioned Karate Chevrolet. And Buick is providing partial funding for this ball game. Karate Chevrolet is located at the Y in Columbus and online at Karate Chevrolet. Let there be light, and he saw that it was good. Where do I get that from? And online at KarateChevrolet.com. Sponsor of the player of the game, Karate Chevy Buick.
Both teams, I think maybe one more snap should do it. We got 1:02 on a running clock, so they're going to run it down here as far as they can. And that should do it. One more snap.
Yeah, what a ball game. I mean, this has just been terrific. The second half was really owned by Franklinville, Ellicottville, just as well as the Wolfpack owned the first half. And, we got one score in the second half, and that proved to be the difference with this 16-12 score. 30 seconds to go on a running clock. We're going to take one more knee, and that's going to be all she wrote. Katie barred the door, and Bryce does a little reverse somersault. It was not the most athletic move that he made all night long, but seemed to think he was moved by the moment to do a reverse somersault. But, what a ball game. Really well played. And
I just can't say enough about both teams.
I agree. Yes, close the whole game. I mean, the Wolfpack had a 10-0 lead at halftime, and it would have been. And actually, we were ready to score a third time. Burchanowski was going to score, and
Logan Reynolds comes across from his other side of the defensive position, changed the whole complexion of the second half.
Absolutely.
That one play.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and if we'd have gone in and had our third score, we'd have been up 16-0, maybe 17-0. And in high school football, 3 scores is a tough deficit. But momentum changed on that play, and to the Titans' credit, they came back and took a lead, for crying out loud. You don't see an awful lot of lead changes in high school football, but they went ahead 12-10, and CSP sucked it up and put together a nice little drive and did not hang their heads. And good for them, good for Coach Ty Harper and his coaching staff. It really was a wonderful victory.
It sure was. Hard-fought battle, drive up about an hour and a half away from the CSP team. We've never won on this field before.
There we go.
So this is going to be a good victory for the whole program. And, there's a lot of kudos to go around. But, I think you hit it on the head a second ago, Doc. Bryce Hinsdale certainly in the running for the Karate Chevy player of the game.
Well, he gets my vote.
And that vote trumps all.
Not really.
He gets my vote as well.
All right, there.
Just a heck of a game. His left-handed or his left-footed kicks, a couple of nice pass receptions. The bubble screen's working all night, and then the final interception to kind of seal the deal at the end here. So, congratulations, Bryce Hinsdale, on a great game tonight.
Yeah, maybe his dad will buy him a car at Karate or something. Maybe that's part of the deal. But I think we play Forestville, Silver Creek next week. Is that possible?
Actually, it's not. We're gonna play Lackawanna next Friday in Clymer at 3:45, and it's kind of an odd time on a Friday afternoon. But obviously, we don't have lights. But the reason for that is because Lackawanna has got to make a game up from a COVID cancel earlier in the season, so they're going to play Tuesday. So they got to play us on Friday due to the fact that the section says you could have 4 days in between games.
So we're playing. Well, thank you for that. I had no idea. So we're going to play Friday, October 15th at 4:30 in the afternoon.
3:45 to make sure you get done before it gets dark.
Right,
so,
that was my next question.
Yep, 3:45 at the Clymer Field, and that'll be the last home game of the regular season for the Wolfpack.
Yep, and then we do play Silver Creek Forestville. Now, is that a D League game?
That is a D League game up there. I know they're struggling a little bit with numbers, so we'll see how that one ends up. But anyway, the way it stands right now, Lackawanna at Clymer, which you don't say that very often either, and 3:45 on Friday.
Wow, that is a strange time, but and I'm sure that's got to be a non-league game. But this is. This was huge for us. I mean, I talked about it in the pregame. It gives us if we beat Silver Creek Forestville, which there's every reason to think that we would. If we're as strong as we appear to be, and they appear to be down a little bit. That typically happens in high school football. That gives us a bye in the first round. It gives us a home field game in the semifinals, which if one plays 4 and 2 plays 3, we're liable to have these guys at CSP in the semifinals. That is most likely the way that'll work out. And then Randolph will be playing whoever the 4th place team is, and it may be Portville. Portville's not bad this year either.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, it is. But we get a bye in the first round. We get a home field game in the semifinals, and then
get to go to the Bills Stadium. Hi, Mark.
Good chance to play these guys again, and there won't be any looking past them because there's no overconfidence playing this team because they were tough.
Yep.
They were tough. It was just really not great size on either team either. Just a lot of speed and a lot of quickness, and they threw the ball an awful lot for a high school football game, and it was a blast. I just enjoyed myself immensely.
Great. And I did too. It's always good to come away with a victory. This one, hard-fought battle, well-played game by both teams, and you like to see that. So,
okay. So, with having said that, anything else you'd like to add before we sign off, Brian?
16-12, CSP over Franklinville, Ellicottville, and we hope to see these guys again probably in the playoffs. And that's it from Franklinville.
Okay, this is Dr. Brent Deuink and Brian Willink signing off, sending it back to the station, and thanks to everyone for listening. Appreciate the following.
Have a good night.
Thanks for listening to this broadcast of CSP Wolfpack football coverage on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream. Channel989.org. This broadcast is brought to you by Lictus Oil and Propane, Triple E Manufacturing, Mosier's Carpeting and Floor Covering, Crouch's Garage, First Place Auto Glass, Krager Racing Engines, and Mike's Machine, Leisure Time Power Sports of Corry, U-Tag's Body Shop, Corry Pre-Owned Auto Sales, Arlene's Dutch Kitchen Restaurant, Finn's Auto Sales, Appleby Motorsports, J. Edwards Insurance, Necker's Company General Store, Crotty Chevrolet and Buick, Fat Mon's Grub, Allegheny Power Equipment, Woods Auto Parts Napa and Woods Power Sports, and the Corry Federal Credit Union. Join us next time for all the action, channel989.org. And now the